All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's showtime like Kareem Lakers. I make a masterpiece, seem basic. No Meek Millie, but I'm dream chasing. Took the shortcut like Anita Baker. I want the bright lights that you see in Vegas. I need a big house with like 3 basements. Drop an M on the whip, think I'm speed racing. Don't know if it's the Transformer or the Green Ranger. My nigga Mac got the beat banging. Young nigga selling crack as a teenager. Had fiends playing baseball out here free basing. Had me showing off the rings like a Freemason. My mama gone, but I keep pacing. Trying to keep it all together like I need braces. Family calling when they need favors. When I was broke, they was acting like complete strangers. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Rest in peace, the Nippy was the street savior. Got my credit right now, I need acres. Gotta turn your dirty money into clean paper. Trying to own a franchise without a key player. I go through hoes like I weave laces. Tree blazers, let they mama noodles be flavored. Meat takers that be acting like the sacred. You bust in, you would think they on their knees praying. Then I slide like a screensaver. When I'm done, make some scrambled eggs, cheese bacon. Then it's on to the next, I ain't a speed dater. Little bitch ain't gon' hear from me till weeks later. I don't see no things changing. Kids still dodging bullets like they seen Matrix. These young niggas really need saving, but OGs won't teach them that the street's dangerous. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby.
Yo, what's popping? What's good? What's popping, my peoples? Man, what it do, man? Y'all already know the vibes, man. It's CamJNetwork, man. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk, man. We back with it, man. You already know with it. Hey, first, hit the like button, man. Hit the hype button. I'm telling you, I need y'all help on that. Hit the like button and hit the hype button, man. It helps us in the algorithm, man. And I don't shout it out enough, but I gotta start shouting it out a lot more on the show. So I'm definitely gonna be telling y'all a lot throughout the show today. To hit the like button, hit the hype button, and y'all can support the channel through Cash App, man. $ CamJNetwork. And the super chat is open. You know we monetized up, you feel me? So the super chat is up. Super thanks. You know what I mean? All that good stuff, you feel me? So definitely, man, we definitely gonna have a great show today. You know what I mean? I had to, of course, I was gonna go live at 9:15 in the morning, but I seen some extra stuff though. I seen some extra content out there that I was like, I gotta add this. I had to extend the time an extra hour, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? We got some stuff we're gonna talk about this morning for sure, man. Most definitely, man. So let me salute to my family in the building so far. You dig? And my boy Lee Jackson, man, that's my brother, man. We'll salute to my dog Lee Jack, man. What's good with you, brother? What's good, bro? And look at my brother, Crush the Legend right there, the master of ceremonies, man. Hey, subscribe to my brother. He better be live tomorrow morning between 6 and 9 in the morning for coffee and donuts for grown-ups. I'm going to be on his ass. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him live Monday or Tuesday, so that's a problem for me not seeing Crush the Legend live. You know what I mean? So I'm on my brother Helmet, man. Salute to my brother Crush, man. Salute to my dog, man. You already know the vibes. And my brother Trey Skills, man. Salute to my brother, man. What's good, bro? How you doing, brother? And my dog Enigma, what's good with you, bro? Peace and prosperity. You already know the vibes, my brother. You already know. And my OG KQKC Boxing Network in the building. Salute to my guy right here. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to my guy right here, doing amazing work over there, man. He been grinding for a long time on YouTube for sure, man. So, you know, subscribe to my guy right here. One of the best in the game, not even the best in the game calling fights. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be calling the fights this Saturday for Adamas and Mo Williams. So definitely subscribe to my guy. Y'all don't want to hear, you know, the regular commentary that, you know, the bullshit from the Max Kellermans and all of that. Listen to KQ while the fights is on. You know what I mean? That's what I have to say for sure. You know what I mean? Salute to my guy for sure, man. And my boy Ace Sauster, what's good, my dog? What's good, man? What's good, man? What's popping, man? So definitely, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. You know, I got to start off, man, with a throwback fight of the day, man. So we're going to start the show off with a throwback fight of the day. I actually did this fight on March Madness in boxing show Saturday night that we did. You know what I'm saying? The 8-hour stream that we did the other night, man. It was March Madness. The first March Madness in boxing show that we did Saturday was crazy. It was crazy, man. And a dope ass panel, man. A lot of great conversations. And you know, we was just sitting back, just chilling, talking all about all the madness in boxing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of madness in boxing for real. And we in the month of March, of course, you know, they like to call March Madness, man. So I had to bring that concept to the table for boxing because I felt like it's a lot of madness in boxing, some good, some bad. But definitely, we're going to cook up. Let me go ahead and play this throwback fight of the day right here, which I asked, if y'all watched this show Saturday, I played it during the show. So this is the rematch of this fight right here. So let me go and roll the clip.
Take the jab in Holyfield's face. I would have to remember. Hard right hand by Holyfield. Cleanest punch of the bout so far. Lewis is bending down. And Holyfield landed the left hook. Ooh, that right hand on the side of the head hurt. And a slid past Evander's ear, though. You know what? He good left hook. Solid left hook by Holyfield. And Holyfield grinning as Lewis lands a big right hand. And Halpern telling Holyfield to watch his head as Lewis goes under and then over with the right hand and almost throws Holyfield over the top rope. To a fight. He didn't need to be in the fight. And that was what Lennox Lewis was talking about, I guess, when he said right now, uppercut off and lands the uppercut again. He's just waiting on that uppercut now. Buster Douglas got himself knocked out against Evander Holyfield, trying to land an uppercut from distance. Holyfield with the right hand and Lewis with his own right hand. Big left hook by Holyfield. They're head to head now. Head to head. Lewis is hurt. Now Lewis smiles as Holyfield comes in. Holyfield thinks he's got a target. It was a left hook inside that hurt Lewis. It was a big one. That left hook partially blocked by Lewis's right hand. Lennox leads against the run. Shot hurt. That body shot hurt. Evander Holyfield landed a good body shot and it hurt Lewis. Hard left hook by Holyfield. Lewis stunned again. Lewis stands in. Holyfield fires back with the left. But here comes Lewis now. Lewis rallying again. Combination. Hard right hand by Holyfield. Lewis to the body. His own right hand lands flush. They trade shots at close range. Round 7, the best round. These two fighters. Every landed punch, but one in round 7 was a power shot. There's that left jab to the body by Holyfield again. Left hook upstairs now. Another left hook, and Lewis backs up and ducks. Fires a right hand back. Their heads come together again, and Lewis produces some good infighting as he drives Evander back to the road. But out past the 8th round. Holyfield has And he goes for one here. Well, Evander Holyfield back down. Anybody. Uppercut lands for Lewis. Holyfield misses the left hook.
But will Lewis take advantage of it?
Multiple punches for Lewis. Holyfield not throwing back. Fires the right and drives Lewis into the ropes. Lennox goes back to the body and the uppercut. Now Holyfield's going to try to flurry again. Holyfield. Lewis landed a right hand. Combination by Lewis. Holyfield lands. Holyfield trying to put the pressure on. Uppercut lands for Evander. 5 more seconds of fighting. They fought a lot better fight this time. And the fans appreciate it. The first minute of the round, he landed that right hand shot and that left hook.
And the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Man, oh man, that was a banger right there, man. In a rematch between Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis right there, which that fight was November 13th in 1999, man. And, the first fight was in March 13th, 1999, which, we showed that fight Saturday on the first March Madness in boxing show. And this fight was a banger. A banger. I know a lot of people was looking at that fight. This fight was more closer than the first fight. The first fight, I felt it shouldn't have been a draw. I felt Lennox won that first fight with Evander in that first one. But the second one, it looked a lot more competitive, a lot more, evenly matched. Where they gave the edge to Lennox. I know it's still a lot of debates in boxing as far as that fight, as far as the second fight right there, which is both of them fights was bangers. Them boys was thumping in there, man. So salute to Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, man, for giving us those classics, man. And that's what it's all about, man. Seeing these guys put it all on the line out there, man. And that's what we cover the sport and we watch the sport, as fans, man. For absolutely, man, for sure. So let me salute. I see my boy. We game all night was good with my boy. Was good, man, for sure, man. For sure, was good, man. Yeah, Lee Jack, bro, definitely a banger, man. Facts, bro. Facts. All right, man. So let me go and start it off with all right, what I want to start with. We're gonna start off with. Let's go and start off with the Alicia shit real quick. I'm gonna do that first. All right. So yesterday, of course, me and my brother B3. Salute to my brother. Make sure y'all subscribe to my brother B3 Picks TV over there, man. We did back-to-back shows yesterday. Did one show on my channel, then did another show on his channel yesterday, and had 2 great shows, man. So salute to him. Of course, yesterday we was going over the Last Stand podcast interview with Alicia Baumgartner that dropped yesterday, and I wanted to kind of revisit that a little bit, far as a couple of clips that would caught my interest, but I want to add context to the situation with Caroline Dubois first, because she's involved with this, of course, obviously with the conversation between Alicia Baumgartner fighting Caroline Dubois. That's been a big conversation. So I definitely wanted to start off with the women and show love to them first in the show. And salute to my brother TD, man. Salute to my brother TD, man. TD Sports Talk. Make sure y'all subscribe to my brother, man. Definitely been doing great work. He got one of the best shows on YouTube, Tales of the B-Side, man. Definitely one of the best in the game doing it, man, for sure. Salute to my guy, man, for sure. Oh, yeah, man, salute to my sister, Kwee. I'm tripping. I know I ain't forget about my sister, Kwee, man. Salute to my sister, Kwee. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel as well. Live every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Cooking up on a little bit of everything, man. Love, relationships, basketball, what I'm saying? Everything, man. She definitely lit, man. Salute to my sister, man, for sure, man. I gotta show love to my sister, man. Much love to my sister for sure. And salute to my boy All Things too, man. My brother, man. You heard my man. Smash the like button. If y'all ain't hit the like button yet, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Y'all see the hype button as well. Hype the show up as well, man. It helps the algorithm, man, so we can push this content out all in the algorithm. You heard? So, all right, so let's get started. I want to start off with Caroline Dubois because Caroline Dubois, she had an interview the other day on Cigar Talk with Najee. And I ain't gonna go over the whole interview, but I did get a clip of the interview of her talking a little bit. And it was real intriguing, man. It plays into her whole interview that she did with Brian Custer on the Last Stand podcast yesterday. And as well, we got some receipts too. We got some receipts on Caroline Dubois and Clarissa. They over there, they've been jumping Alicia, man. So let's get started with this first clip, man. Drop the clip.
Imagine that she's telling them, because I can sense that she's telling them she doesn't want the fight. But I feel like Jake and Nikisa see what that fight is for women's boxing. And even if she's trying to squirm her way out of it, I know they're going to be pushing it.
But why do you feel like that she's trying to avoid the fight based on talking
She
to them?
knows. She knows what would happen in that fight. She 100% know. And I know that people would be like, Alicia's a former world champion. She's fought Michaela Mayer. She's beaten Michaela Mayer. She shouldn't be afraid of Caroline. And by some meanings, they're right. But I think Alicia knows. She knows she's a gimmick. She knows she's a fluke. And she knows that the loss is coming. It's coming. And I think she's scared of that. She's building her brand off of being this this champion fighter, this woman who's serving looks and hooks and this, that, and the other. But when you lose and when you get beat up and because that's what's going to happen, it's not going to be just an outboxing. It's not going to be a 10-point win. It's going to be a knockout. It's going to be brutal. Her face is going to be messed up. And how do you come back from that? And I don't think she can come back from that. I think her ego has gotten too big and the image she's pushing of herself is going too huge that she won't be able to come back from it.
So that was Caroline Dubois right there, man. Speaking on fighting Alicia Baumgardner, man, which is she believes Alicia is scared of the fight. You know what I'm saying? She believes that she's ducking the fight with Caroline Dubois. And me personally, I don't see it. That's just my personal opinion. I've been seeing some people out there on social media talking about these two women, and some people have been saying that Caroline Dubois is being ducked by Alicia Baumgardner currently right now. And one of the people that's mainly been pushing this whole situation for us, Alicia ducking Caroline, has been Clarissa Shields. You know what I mean? And you already know Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgardner, they history. They don't rock with each other, obviously. So Caroline Dubois, she believes that MVP is pushing, for the fight, and that Alicia Baumgardner is trying to ignore the fight, which is I don't believe so, because I believe Alicia is on a different mission. We've heard Alicia call out Amanda Serrano and the Katie Taylors and stuff, and said that she wants to fight those girls from that era, because she came a tad bit under those girls from their era that they came up in. But most definitely, I don't think Alicia is ducking Caroline by any means. But I do want to play this clip from Alicia from yesterday to add a little context to what I was talking about just now.
Don't take anything she says serious, because I can't take her serious as an individual, even as a fighter. Clarissa, who I do want is Amanda Serrano. Who I do want is Katie Taylor. I've been calling these girls out. When I do decide to move to 135, then that fight for Dubois is potentially there. But she's way down the line. Who I do want is Amanda Serrano. Who I do want is Katie Taylor. I've been calling these girls out. I've been saying I want these fights because these are big fights. These are main event fights. Dubois, she got to keep doing what she's doing. Go put some skin in the game, like I've been saying. Focus on what's important. The main thing is Amanda or Katie, and I've been very vocal about that.
It's like, who is the face of the MVP banner when it comes to women's boxing? Is it Alicia? Is it Amanda? I just think that's a fight that should happen. Do you think that's a fight that happens this year, or is it next year? We got to wait for that.
I would say it would happen this year. Listen, I've already been very vocal. I've been able to let, you know, even talking to Amanda, this is the thing about women being a girl's girl and being able to talk to your counterpart. Even though we may fight, it's a respect thing at the end of the day. And I let her know, hey, I love to fight. I think you and I would be a main event fight in New York City, another sold out crowd. You know, we are two great, skillful fighters, you know, and she agrees. So everything comes down to negotiations.
All right, so you seen Alicia right there. She, basically made her stance known that she's spoke several times over the last couple of years that she wants to fight Amanda Serrano and fight Katie Taylor. Now I mentioned it yesterday when we went over the last Empire interview that she did. I mentioned that Katie Taylor she's basically on her way out. So Katie Taylor literally said, she wants to have a homecoming fight in Ireland, and that's what she's pursuing to do. And then she's going right off to the sunset, which is that's what Katie Taylor is on right now. Now Amanda Serrano, I know a lot of us, we was believing that this fight that she just had in Puerto Rico was going to be her last fight, but it wasn't. She hasn't announced that she's retired. She still saying that she's active and saying that she outside, you feel me? So with that being said, Amanda Serrano still outside, and Amanda Serrano, she's literally the face of MVP for us women's. You know what I mean? And we know once Alicia signed on the MVP, she was gunning for that spot. Coming in on MVP, she gunning for that spot. And, soon as Alicia signed on the MVP, we already had thoughts of, oh, man, maybe we might get Alicia versus Amanda possibly. You know what I mean? Which is, that was a lot of people's thoughts, once Alicia signed on the MVP. You know what I mean? And Alicia has been voiceful that, yes, she wants to fight Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. I just mentioned Katie Taylor. I don't see that happening. But Amanda Serrano, that's a possibility. That's a real possibility. And we know Amanda Serrano, she ain't ducking no smoke either. You know what I mean? So you could possibly see Amanda Serrano and Alicia Baumgartner get in the ring in 2026 possible. Like, it's a real possible chance. You know what I mean? But I understand some people look at it at Amanda, they like, oh, Alicia fighting Amanda while she on her way out, whatever. But Amanda, she's about fighting those challenges, and then of course she wants to fight big money fights as well too. You know what I'm saying? And I think she understands that. She knows that Alicia Baumgartner is a big fight as well. Like, so, and of course, they right around that same weight class. You know what I mean? Around that same threshold, which is proceeds a little crazy in a sense. Where I believe that. Is she ducking Caroline? No, she's not, because if you're pursuing a fight with Amanda Serrano, how can you be ducking Caroline when you looking at something that's bigger and better? You feel me? And reality too, and like I've been mentioning too, between these two women with Caroline and Alicia, I feel like MVP's building this fight with them women, going back and forth, talking crazy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And having fight a couple of other women like Alicia, the girl that she's fighting April 17th is a former Caroline Dubois opponent. You know what I mean? So my boy, look at Hacker right here. Salute the Hacker. Hacker said Alicia need to make that fight. Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I believe she definitely got to make the fight eventually with Caroline Dubois, because she's a significant name and she's building. You know what I mean? And I've always been voiceful for us this, where I think that fight is like 2-3 fights down the line. But it's different if you see Alicia fight Amanda Serrano, you know what I mean, this year. Like, I will say that for sure. And TD said, the Brits love to talk shit. Hey, facts. Caroline, hey, she popping her shit too. Y'all gonna see these screenshots from Caroline. Y'all gonna see it in a minute. I played this Carissa clip on from Alicia. He said, "Boss ain't talking about looks like it." And Quickly said, "Hell, I want to see it. Facts, facts." He said, but Hacker said, "I call Cap and Amanda and Katie ain't turning down nothing but their collar." Yeah, that's why I said I believe Amanda. She'll definitely fight Alicia at this one in her career right now. Hey, Saucy said, "Why she want to fight a man?" Old ass. The money, man. The money. You know what I'm saying? The money and the namesake too. You know what I'm saying? The namesake. But I feel everybody though. Caroline Dubois, I want to see that fight with her and Alicia. I definitely want to see it. My boy TD said, "I think MVP wants to see how many tickets they can sell in the theater for Alicia as the main event next month before they can make a fight with Alicia and Amanda in a bigger arena." Hey, great thoughts right there. I think that's definitely a for sure fact right there. I believe too. I believe that because I think they want to see Alicia's, her worth 100%, her value for as being one of them girls in the sports, for as her main event in this event coming up April 17th. And she's kicking it off for the women at ESPN for MVP. You know what I mean? Quickly said they need to make something happen. Most definitely. Caroline Dubois, she's about to fight. She has a fight coming up in the UK. So, I mean, they both fighting pretty much around the same time, too, which is kind of ironic. You know what I mean? Which is, when we see that, we be like, all right, man, go ahead and match them up. Said TD says, so far, not all the seats are up for sale for Alicia's fight in New York. The back sessions are not up for sale. The theater holds about 5,000, so it looks like they may sell about half that. But let's see. Okay. I ain't look at her ticket sales. Some good update from my brother TD right there for sure. My brother TD definitely be tapped in on the behind the scenes side for sure. You know what I mean? And TD said, Alicia don't need to make that fight. Alicia is trying to make the fights with the bigger names first before Caroline. Exactly. Exactly. Like, we ain't gonna act like we ain't gonna ignore that Alicia's been wanting to fight them girls Amanda and Katie for a minute. Like, we're not gonna ignore that. And Hacker said, if Alicia doesn't fight Amanda and Katie, can we call her a duck? No. Because I believe if she doesn't fight Amanda and Katie, then she's definitely going to fight Caroline. Like, MVP's going to push her to fight Caroline for sure if she doesn't fight Amanda. I wipe Katie off the map. She's not fighting Katie because Katie, I just mentioned that she only got one more fight. You know what I'm saying? Amanda's still active. You know what I mean? Like, she hasn't, laid down the gloves yet. You know what I mean? It's a business, man. It's a business. Is that all Alicia is saying is Dubois got to get her name up a little more in the U.S. Absolutely. That's all she really said. Caroline's still building, and she just got over the MVP. You feel me? Shell Moore said, question, will Alicia sell out the Hulu? Hey, man. Hey, we hoping, man. That's why we gonna talk about these girls and push these girls, man. We hopeful. We will see. Ace Austin said, when I say old, I mean it respectfully. But Shell Moore said, Baumgartner ain't getting no Taylor fight. Yeah, the Taylor fight is off the map. Now, Amanda, she can get that fight. She can get Amanda. Which she believes she can fight Amanda this year, possibly. And TD said, how can you call it a duck when it's Amanda and Katie that make the decision to fight? Alicia has just to say yes or no after. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like you're not, I don't see you ducking Caroline Dubois if you fight Amanda Serrano. That's just my opinion, dog. Like, I gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? Ace Austin said she want the because when the boy get her ass, she'll be done. Hey, man, a lot of people believe Caroline can beat Alicia, man. Hey, man, that's the reason why I want to see the fight, man. I think that fight is a 50-50 fight between them girls. I think it's a 50-50 fight for sure. And hold on, so let me go, man, before we get into the Clarissa clip. Let me show the screenshots of these women real quick. Let me show this. So this was Clarissa right here. She co-signs off of Caroline Dubois' clip from her interview with Najee from Cigar Talk. It says, and tags Alicia name. It says, "Hey Alicia, since you the most skilled, stop ducking Caroline Dubois." So you see Clarissa, she gassing, gassing Caroline Dubois. Like she fucks with Caroline Dubois. She's been cool with Caroline Dubois for some some years, but she's gassing this situation though with Caroline Dubois and Alicia Baumgartner, obviously because she don't fuck with Alicia Baumgartner right here. You feel me? And then here go Caroline. She responds to Clarissa's tweet and says, "Thank you, Clarissa, for pointing out straight facts. Miss Scary Ass Big Dog would rather mess with my scraps and call out a super featherweight. When push comes to shove, Alicia Baumgartner, you expose yourself with your actions and not your meaningless fake words." So you got Caroline Dubois right here talk about her fighting her scraps and fighting the girl Shin coming up April 17th, and talk about she called out a super featherweight and Tierra Brown, which is, Alicia did mention that her and Caroline, her and Tierra Brown, they were negotiating, and in this same interview, in the Last Stand Pod interview, and mentioned that Tierra Brown turned down the fight. So that's who she's talking about as far as the super featherweight. And and then you got, of course, Caroline. She goes on, Alicia's clip that she had talking about fighting Amanda Serrano, and she says, "This fake coward, an absolute joke, called out and offered a super featherweight for a fight. That's who this clown wanted to fight. Miss Scary Ass says she will move up to fight Clarissa Shields at 147 and Katie Taylor at 140. So you got Caroline clapping at Alicia right here, talking about, pointing out the contradiction in Alicia, talking about you'll go up to 147 to fight Clarissa, but you won't go up to 135 to fight me, which is really intriguing right there. She has a good ass point right there. You know what I'm saying? Great point. Now, I haven't heard her talking about Katie Taylor at 140 in particular, but hey, Caroline got a good fucking point right there. Good point where she said, "Hey, if you moving up, you willing to move up for them girls, why you ain't willing to move up for me?" You know what I mean? And crazy right there. Then you got Caroline right here with this tweet saying, "But in reality, she asked for super featherweights for fights. What happened to that energy? Talk is cheap. Actions always speak louder than words." Right there. So she talk about she calling out featherweights, super featherweights and stuff, which is Alicia. I think Alicia's looking at the namesake of the fights right now. I mean, she's looking for the money. You know what I'm saying? She's been on record talking about fighting Amanda Serrano for a long time. You know what I mean? So Caroline Dubois, all she's asking Caroline Dubois is build your profile up with a couple of fights and we can get it cracking. That's all Alicia is saying, in particular. You know what I mean? I like that comment right there. TD said there's no money for a Dubois fight right now. Women's boxing is different from the men, where are not many top fighters in the women's boxing, and the money is not the same. Hey, that's facts plus tax right there, though. That's facts plus tax. Like, the money isn't the same. As Shellboy said, but who wouldn't take those fights? Way more money in Shields and Taylor. I mean, bingo. Like, we got it's like similar to, like, I say it for instance, and I ain't saying that this person is like this fighter, but I'm just saying, like, look at how Alexander Usyk moved, like how he's fighting Rico Verhoeven right here. You know what I'm saying? And in Egypt, and getting him a big bag, fighting him in Egypt, and then look how he's moving, where he was trying to fight Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Like, Usyk is looking for the monetary gain. He's trying to maximize his bag, going out in his career right now with the fights that he's taking right now. You know what I mean? Similar to Rolly Romero. We want to add him into the conversation. Rolly Romero, he wasn't trying to fight Shakram Giyasov. He didn't give a fuck about fighting Shakram Giyasov in that mandatory for the WBO. You know what I mean? He didn't care with the WBA, my bad. He didn't care to fight Shakram Giyasov. That's why he was trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's why you seen Rolly trying to fight Conor Benn. You know what I mean? And then you seen him right when the WBO is about to make the order, you know what I'm saying, the week, the WBA, they about to make the order. You see Rolly, he pushing for Devin Haney. And now he negotiating for Devin Haney type shit. You feel me? So you just look at some of these situations, like some of these fighters, they gonna choose some of the bad situations. Hey, Sauce, he said he moving like Shaquille Stevenson. Oh, we ain't gonna do my baby like that. He said TD said Alicia and Caroline will always be there. Alicia looking for big money fights now, while Amanda and Katie are on their way out. Alicia put in the work already. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Like, with that. That's why I said you can't be. I don't feel like if Alicia is trying to fight Amanda Serrano, like, you ain't ducking Caroline Dubois if you going to fight Amanda Serrano, bro. That's just my opinion. Like, age or not, like, you know what I'm saying? No, he said, remember, MVP is trying to build their fighters also. You think MVP is going to shoot their low so quick? That's a fact. They're like, I've been saying the whole entire time, like, MVP, Alicia ain't going. Me personally, I feel like Alicia doesn't have no choice but to fight Caroline Dubois in due time. Like, they're going to make that fight. They're not. You think MVP literally seeing these girls go back and forth? You know what I mean, on Twitter and everything, and interviews, and they not gonna make them fight when they building the whole storyline for a fight? Like, come on, they building this fight 100%. Like, we gotta be real. Salute to my boy Aircraft, man, in the building, man. Salute to my dog, man. That's my guy, man. He said, TD, you sound like you ducking for Alicia. He said, let the ball fight Stephanie Hand. If Stephanie beats Holly, aren't they in the same weight class? Yes, they are. They are. They are. And I feel like Alicia, you know what I'm saying, after a while, you're going to have to move up to 135 and handle business there. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't no meat on the bones left at 130, we want to see you at 135 and go challenge yourself up there. And I got to keep it 100 on Alicia on that right there. You know what I mean? And that's just the fact of the matter. Like, but the business, like women's boxing, we gotta remember, it's not that many significant names like the fellas in women's boxing. So with MVP, they're boxing out all of the champions pretty much in women's boxing currently right now. And they're going to build storylines and build fights. We're going to see them try to build some of those champions that they have build storylines in between them and try to create big money fights within them women. You know what I mean? And they had the platform to do it. We've seen MVP. They got Netflix, they got ESPN, they got Sky Sports. You know what I mean? And so I see 100% what MVP is doing, where you're going to see, women's boxing is about to flourish even more in 2026 and beyond right now, the way MVP is moving these women right now. Like, that's one thing I got to say for sure. And let me play this clip of Alicia right here, talk about Clarissa right here. It was really caught my eye right here a little bit.
Don't take anything she says serious, because I can't take her serious as an individual, even as a fighter. Clarissa is somebody who thinks she knows it all. And for somebody who thinks they know it all, it's just a lot of talk. I don't take anything she says serious, because I can't take her serious as an individual, even as a fighter. And so when she talks about, my skills and this and things like that, I'm the most skillful woman fighter there is. And that's a fact. I got a better jab than most women. I have punching power. I have great movement. You've seen that time and time throughout my fights. And people have to realize that each fight is a different fight. Opponents change styles, and I've been able to adapt overall. Now, her comment about Dubois beating me, that's comical within itself. And I understand why she would say that, but there is nobody beating me. I am the top dog. I've been the top dog. I've proven and shown every time. Anyone that says I can't do something, I do it better in every area. If that's how I look, how I talk, how I move, how I fight, I'm doing it better than most.
Hey, what was the lies? You know what I mean? One thing I got to say about the whole thing with Alicia and Clarissa, like, we know with Clarissa, that girl always responds to any and everybody if anybody got something negative to say about her. You know what I mean? And we all know Clarissa, she got some issues, man. She got some real life issues, man. And that's why I said the conversation between Clarissa and Alicia, like them fighting each other, is far-fetched as hell. Like, we'll never see them fight each other because of the weight disparity. You know what I mean? And Clarissa, she got to understand, when was having a big back and forth, when they, seen each other in person and all that shit, like Clarissa at that time, she was talking about going down to 147 to fight Alicia. You know what I mean? And like her, you gotta look at Alicia with the mindset of her wanting to fight Clarissa. It's obvious that she's searching for big matchups. You know what I mean? Like, she wants to challenge herself by any means. I don't think she's scared to fight Caroline Dubois at all. Like, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe it at all. But Clarissa had to understand, though, like, yeah. You ain't put on, like, you the only one in the island over there with Salida Promotions over there, while all the women champions is over there with MVP. Right now, MVP is putting on for all the women. A lot of them women is getting some big bags over there. You know what I mean? Some of them getting bigger bags than the men over there. You know what I mean? So I don't know what Clarissa got going on over there with Salida Promotions and win records, all of that little, silly shit over there. But you talking about you want to fight Michaela Mayer? Well, Michaela Mayer is on MVP. You talking about you want to fight Shadasia Green? Well, Shadasia Green is on MVP. I'm real curious to see how you're going to make the move and working with MVP to get both of those fights. I'm curious to see how she going to move on it. You know what I mean? And it's going to really, like, Clarissa's next move, as far as her next fight, is going to really tell how Clarissa moving for real. You know what I mean? As well. And I even add context to Alicia. Her next fight or two, whoever she fight, that's going to tell how Alicia is moving for real too. Just to add context to Alicia as well. You know what I mean? Because, we looking for, Alicia. We looking for her to, we looking for a big fight from her next. We definitely looking for a big fight from her. Let me just read my boy my sis Quickly said, it's nothing wrong with having confidence. Yes. And like, it's nothing wrong with Clarissa saying she the GOAT. It's nothing wrong with Alicia saying that she's the, the new face of women's boxing and stuff. I love that these women's popping their shit. I love the confidence, you know what I mean? And they're competitive. You know what I mean? They're competitors. So, you know what I'm saying? Why would they not pop their shit like the men? You know what I mean? Like, I think some of the men be kind of discouraged with some of the women popping their shit. Like, nah, let these women pop their shit, man. Let they pop their shit. I'm damn near enjoying the women pop their shit at each other. Honestly, shit. They popping their shit a little bit more better than the men do damn near. Some of the men, it'd be too much crying and too much weird shit with some of the men in boxing, though. You feel me? Like, my boy A. Saucer said, if Alicia lose to Amanda or Katie, there would be no reason for Dubois to fight Alicia. I'll go for Katie or Amanda. Yeah, now that's the thing. I still think even that's the thing that kind of like really kind of like zone me out sometimes is even if Alicia was to fight Amanda Serrano and she lost to Amanda Serrano, I still would want to see her fight Caroline Dubois. That's just me. That's just me because I want to see these names match up with each other, just like the men. I want to see, even if another fighter was to lose to another fighter, for the men, and and that guy was a significant name, for us the men. I want to see that guy still fight some of these other matchups still. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't rule it out, for us if Alicia lost to Amanda, if they fought, her not fighting Dubois, like, you know what I'm saying? They would have to just build that fight back up and make it happen because people still want to ask for that fight. Like, if people still going to ask for Alicia to fight Caroline, whether she win, lose, or not. You know what I mean? Quickly said, the only downside is your confidence can sometimes bring out other folks' insecurities, which has nothing to do with you. Definitely. I mean, we know Clarissa got, insecurities all over the place. You know what I mean? We know that. We done seen that in 4K. Like, in 4K. TD said Dubois better look good versus Harper because Alicia smoked her. And see, that's another thing. We ain't add the context to that. Dubois talking about, oh, she fighting my leftovers. Well, you're fighting Alicia leftovers too, Caroline. Like, come on, we got to read the room here. We got to read the motherfucking room here. Like, you doing the same damn thing. And y'all both is on MVP, and that's why I said, bro, it's so clear that MVP is building a fight between these two women because they're having both of these women fight former ops of each other. Like, so that's why I said, like, we're going to get that. Whether Alicia don't want that fight or not, we're going to get that fight because MVP is going to force that fight on Alicia. They're going to force, like, Alicia has no choice but to fight Caroline Dubois in due time. Like, they're going to fight. Like, it's clear, like, we're seeing them push this fight in 4K. My boy Eric has said facts. He said, Quickly said, now wanting to fight Clarissa is ridiculous. She in a different weight class, so it's null and void. Facts, yeah. That's why I said I don't even like having the conversation about Alicia and Clarissa fighting because it's just nowhere near happening. Like, it'll never happen. Like, shit, Clarissa, her ass, she barely can go down to 168. She barely willing to do that. You know what I mean? And that's my problem with Clarissa. Clarissa keep capping, talking about, oh, I'll go down to 168 to fight Shadeja, but then she had franchise from 168 go up to 175, and she was talking about, oh yeah, franchise, I could have went down to 168 to fight for your titles, but then franchise exposed and said no, she didn't want to go down to fight at 168 because she wasn't willing to go down and lose the weight. You know what I mean? And even Shadeja Green herself, even after the fight with franchise and Clarissa, Shadeja said that Clarissa was talking to her about fighting her at 175. You know what I'm saying? While you got Clarissa talking about moving down to 168 to fight Shadeja. You know what I mean? Like, nasty work right there. He said Alicia would get beat. That's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna see that fight, man. We ain't gonna see that, man. You know what I'm saying? TD said they had to consistently put on good shows. They can keep putting DeBar and Alicia on separate showcase cards. Like that they're building it clearly. Like they're absolutely building that fight clearly. Then TD said Stephanie Hand and DeBar is a great fight at their weight class, just like when Alicia fought Mayer. Facts. Like we got to add context. Alicia fought Michaela Mayer already. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Aircraft, hell yeah, bro. See, like, losses don't bother me as a fan, bro, as far as, like, if I'm a fan of a fighter. Like, I like to see the comeback stories, you know what I'm saying? I like to see the underdogs win out and everything, you know what I'm saying? In a lot of sports in general, but especially in boxing. Like, I want to see how, you know, Teofimo Lopez rebound after losing to, you know, Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how Earl Spence, if he eventually comes back, I want to see how he rebounds and how he comes back after losing to Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? I want to see how Canelo bounced back after losing to Bud Crawford. Like, yes, I like to see, like, if that's why I said the losses don't matter to me. Like, if you lose a fight, you know, and I'm a fan of yours, I want to see how you come back. Like Brian Norman Jr. I'm excited. I'm excited to see, you know, what he does when he comes back in May. You know what I mean? Quickly said, hey, them hips and booty just got some weight on it, though. Yeah, that's why I said Carissa, man. Carissa is at 175. I don't see her going down nowhere. That's just me. That's just me. And TD said, to be really, I thought Mayer beat Alicia. I wish they could have rematched. Hey, oh wait. Crush said she lazy, bro. Hey, that's a fact, bro. I don't think she's willing to. I like Carissa's not willing to go down, man, for none of them women, man. That's just me because she feel like she the big dog, and that's the thing with Clarissa as far as her going, you know, the fight, Michaela Mayer or Shadeja Green. Like, she gonna have to set some of her pride and ego to the side to make these fights happen. Like she has to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because she has too much, you know, ego and pride, you know, to work with Jake Paul, and, you know, and because she don't like how Jake Paul, you know, tries to shit on her brand at times. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jake Paul hasn't said much or did anything about Carissa in recent time, but I do find it real intriguing, though, that Jake Paul has Shadeja Green fighting Lonnie Daniels, a former Clarissa Shields opponent. And I mentioned that yesterday on the show with me and B3 yesterday. Like, that fight, Shadeja Green, she go in there and pack up Lonnie Daniels. You know what I mean? Then they gonna be looking at Clarissa like, yo, shit, Shadeja just packed up, you know what I'm saying, one of your former ops. What's popping? Let's get it cracking. Like, let's get it cracking. Like right now, like, to me, it's no, like, I can't even think of another fight for Clarissa Shields other than Shadeja Green. Like, that's the only fight that she should be having next. Like, I really don't want to see her in no other fight but Shadeja Green. That's right now. And I believe Clarissa beat Shadeja Green. I just want to see the fight. Like, and quickly said, when they start spreading, you can't stop them unless you get that fat sucked out of the doctor's office. Ain't no way around no spread. Yeah, man. My boy Blaze in the building. What's good with my boy Blaze, man? What's good, man? Make sure y'all subscribe to my brother Blaze too, man. Yeah, so, yeah, man. So, of course, Alicia Baumgartner, April 17th. Shadeja Green is the co-main, fighting Lonnie Daniels on that card as well, man. And of course, Caroline DeBar, she has a fight coming up. I can't think of the date right now, but I know it's in April, though. So she has a fight with Terry Harper coming up in April. TD, you know that date for Caroline's fight? I know it's in April. and it's on UK. So her fight is in the UK on Sky Sports. Now, obviously, you know, Alicia's fight is on ESPN April 17th, right there. So, salute to those ladies. And we're gonna see how these fights build up, man, with MVP, man, what they got going, man. Salute to Jay Paul for putting in that work with the women over there at MVP, man, for sure. Definitely salute to him. And all right, so let's get to some of these little small joints real quick. I wanted to talk about this real quick right here. This was something that we talked about on the March Madness show too the other day. Jared Anderson, he's finalizing a deal with Queensberry right now, man. Reported from Chris Mannix that he's finalizing a co-promotional deal with Queensberry that would still involve Top Rank. So Big Baby Anderson right here, of course, he hasn't fought since he fought Bacoli, since he hasn't fought Martin Bacoli. So, and that was like in 2024, I want to say. So he was out the whole entire year of 2020. Well, no, he fought one time after that. My bad. He fought one time on the Top Rank card where they had him like starting off the night. He wasn't even main event or co-main or none of that. He was starting off the night for a Keyshawn Davis card last year, like early in 2025. And I think with Top Rank right now, they don't have many heavyweights in Top Rank. So I think this move is definitely a good move for Big Baby Anderson, working with Queensberry, because obviously Frank Warren, he specializes in the heavyweights, where, he got a lot of the heavyweights over there at Queensberry. So I think this is a great move right there, especially with, Top Rank. We're going to talk about that in a little bit with Top Rank, them having their new multi-year deal with the Zone. So, a lot of fights can be made for sure with, Top Rank working with, Matchroom and Queensberry. And, we'll see what happens with Golden Boy. Golden Boy still negotiating their new contract right now with the Zone. So it's a lot of fights for, Big Baby Anderson that he can have fighting, along with Queensberry. And I'm loving this move, man. And I heard Big Baby Anderson. I seen him on his socials where he was mentioning that he has a fight announcement coming soon. So we should be hearing something from Big Baby Anderson very, very soon, for as his first fight under the Queensberry / Top Rank banner. So what y'all think about this right here with Big Baby Anderson right here, with Frank Warren with Queensberry right here? Eric has said Frank Warren got he got the heavyweight division on lock. Facts plus tax. He definitely do. Like him, I say him and Matchroom, both of them. Like Matchroom and Queensberry is, the two main companies that got a lot of heavyweights. You know what I mean? And, PBC got a few, Golden Boy got a few. Top Rank used to have a lot, but they don't have that much. They don't have that much now. You know what I mean? So that's why they're making the move personally with Jared Anderson with Queensberry right here, which is, I think a great move. It's a excellent move. I'm glad it wasn't no damn Zuffa. I'll say that. I'm glad it wasn't no Zuffa. That's one thing I can say. I'm glad it wasn't no damn Zuffa right there. So I definitely wanted to talk about that. My Ohio guy, man, from Toledo, man, and hopefully we get Big Baby Anderson on the channel soon. I'm working on that. I'm definitely working on trying to get Big Baby Anderson on the channel for a conversation, man. So stay tuned. We working on it. I'll tell you that. We working on that. We definitely working on it. And let me mention what else. Let me want to mention real quick. Oh yeah, I gotta mention this too, while we talking about Ohio guys too. My guy from Cincinnati, man, my brother, Duke Reagan. Duke Reagan is back in action, man. And he's gonna be fighting on the prelims for March 28th for the Fundora and Thurman card next Saturday. So my guy Duke Reagan, in recent time, man, he was under Top Rank for a while. He was signed with Top Rank for a while, and he had some personal issues. Like I think one of his family, I think his father passed away, his mother passed away in recent time. My bad. His mother passed away. So he took some time away from boxing a little bit after his mother passed away. And he's been trying to get back active a little bit. I think Top Rank, they kind of like they parted ways from their deal, and Duke Reagan is independent now. So this is his first fight back. Let me check real quick. Let me check. I want to say Duke fought, and I want to say he fought in 2024. Let me see real quick. I want to say Duke fought in 2024. So Duke is 9-0. He only got one knockout. Not a knockout artist by any means at all. His last fight. Oh, why didn't he show it up on this like that? Yeah, it ain't showing up here like that. That's crazy. Man. Damn, they ain't showed the date. What the hell? What is that? I should have just showed this. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah. So his last fight was in 2024, and he's back in action, man, for sure. Coming up, on this PBC card, this is a great look for Duke right here. Coming back in the fold. And he's one of those guys that's Olympian, former Olympian, got a rich amateur, pedigree, from Duke Reagan, man. So salute to my dog Duke, man. I'm definitely intrigued to see him, this next Saturday. I definitely can't wait. I definitely had to mention that. And I want to mention too. I'll just give y'all a little promo for Saturday. Big show this Saturday on CamJNetwork. All Ohio boxing panel, man. So I got all of my guys, man, all my content creators, big from Ohio. We having a big all Ohio boxing show coming this Saturday in the afternoon Saturday, man. So definitely stay tuned, man. This all Ohio panel gonna be crazy Saturday. So I wanted to go ahead and announce that, early on, because we're gonna be start pushing that for Saturday. So definitely. Let me mention something. What do I want to mention next? So I want to get in before I get into these main topics. Crazy. Okay, let me get into this conversation. All right, so we got Raymond Ford right here. Oshaki Foster almost finalizing their fight right now. I mentioned the other day that these two guys, they're currently in negotiations. And of course, Top Rank, now they're with the Zone. You got Raymond Ford, he's under Matchroom. This fight right here definitely is a fight I'm definitely interested in right here, man. I like this one, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? The Shockey looking at it like, hey, I can't get Shakur Stevenson. Why not? I go ahead and take out the little bro, and then I go after his daddy, like he said in that clip. Do I got that clip still? Let me play that clip, man. I think I still got that clip. Yep, I got it right here, yo.
I hope you just sign that shit. Please sign that shit. Sign the contract.
You be ready to get
sign the contract. You
can't be ready for that. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
You can't beat me, bro. You can't beat me.
You're not ready.
You can't beat me.
I'm gonna beat the
you can't beat me. You can't. You're not gonna get to him. He's not getting to him.
I'm gonna beat the son.
You're not gonna get to him. You're not gonna get to him. You're not getting to him. You see me, you're not getting to him. I promise you, you're not
getting to him. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna beat up your daddy real quick. You feel me? That's how it's gonna go.
You can't beat me, bro. I've been following in for 2 years.
I swear to God. Bro, you talked yourself into some. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
You ran out of options. You ran out of options? That's what it is? You ran out of options?
Ran out of options, bro.
That's what it sounds like.
I picked you. I asked them about you, G. I'm gonna whoop your ass, I swear.
You asked them about me?
Yes.
How long we been asking about you?
hey, that boy, hey, you got him. I fuck with Oshaki heavy, man. I fuck with bro heavy, man. You seen that boy? He said, man, I'm gonna whoop your ass and I'm gonna whoop your daddy ass after, you know what I'm saying? And you got Raymond Ford. Yeah, Raymond Ford been asking to fight O'Shaquie for a while. He's been trying to fight all the champions at 130. He was even trying to fight Stephen Foden when Stephen Foden was champion at 130. You know what I mean? So, well, not Stephen Foden, not bad. Matter of fact, he was talking about fighting Stephen Foden at 126. My bad. Let me correction. So he's been trying to fight guys from that era between those Shushu Carrington, Stephen Foden, and O'Shaquie Foster and stuff. Even though O'Shaquie Foster really, like, I would say him and Stephen Foden is kind of in the area, kind of above him in a sense. You know, saying Raymond Ford is in the area, you know, below them. So he was just kind of coming up in the game, you know, in recent time. But like with O'Shaquie Foster and Raymond Ford, I like the fight, man. I like the fight. Like I mentioned the other day, Raymond Ford, I like Raymond Ford, but he hasn't shown me that like he one of them guys 100% yet. Like, I don't know, maybe it's me. I may be bugging. I don't know. But just looking at his recent performances that he's had, like, I'm not seeing him oppose his will and dominate his ops in some of these fights. Like, I'm not seeing that from him. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, O'Shaquie Foster, we seen him look flawless against, you know, Stephen Foden in his last fight. You know, we seen O'Shaquie Foster put on some good performances. You know what I mean? So I've seen more consistency from O'Shaquie than Raymond Ford. You know, and it just leaves me, if I was, you know, I'm giving a definite, you know, answer on who will, you know, I think win this fight right now. Right now, I believe, you know, O'Shaquie wins this fight. But I think this is going to be a great fight. I think Raymond Ford going to, you know, be in, you know, 100 tip-top shape for this fight. And no, I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for it, man. And I don't think this is a main event type of fight unless you doing, you know, I think this is like a co-main or, you know, an undercard type of fight. I don't think it's main event, but you could do a main event and build a card under it, I believe, though. Like if you was just trying to be on some, you know, on the cheap side and trying to profit off an event, you know what I'm saying? You definitely could. But I don't see it being like a big main event type of fight, particular. Like this would be on a big card, as far as, you know, two big names main eventing, and there, you know, we put them on the undercard, you know, and let them get to it. You know what I mean? So look at my boy Creole, man, for sure, man. To the Buckeyes, say you already know, man, for sure. Hey, Sauce said, 4 beats O'Shaquie and Shakur comes out of hiding. Say he would have watched O'Shaquie. Shakur is a simp, straight up. Hey, Shakur pushed Raymond Ford on O'Shaquie, bro. He realized that. And like Shakur, like he don't want to fight O'Shaquie for some reason, bro. And I talked about this, you know, saying yesterday, where I was like, with Shakur, it's like he befriending all of these guys, tricking them out they position, man, and not fighting some of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want you to be friends with no fucking Raymond Ford or no damn Keyshawn Davis. Like, you know what I mean? Like that brotherly love shit really, like, it pisses me off when I think about it all the time, bro, between Shakur, bro. Like he's one of the friendliest niggas in boxing, bro. Like, that shit is gay. It's gay to me. It's super gay. I said, Plumber Level said, he said, damn, beat your daddy is crazy. And that boy Ford didn't even say, like, Shakur ain't my daddy or none of that. Like, he ain't even deny it or nothing. Like, he like, you not gonna get to him. You not gonna get to him. Oh, bro, Raymond Ford gotta relax, man. He said, Eric Crash said, I low-key got shot because I don't fully trust Ray Savage. Man, that's a fact. I don't trust Ray Ford, bro, especially with that. I thought he beat Nick Ball. I mean, personally, I thought he won that fight with Nick Ball, but they gave Nick Ball the home cooking in that one. But I just haven't seen Ray Ford. Like, I didn't see his game step up to another level. Maybe we see it in this fight with O'Shaquie. Maybe we see it. Maybe him fighting O'Shaquie steps his game to that next level. Because I just haven't seen him, you know, oppose his will and dominate the ops that he's been fighting. Like that fight that he had with what's the one dude? Abraham Nova, his last fight. Abraham Nova, a lot of people felt like Abraham Nova, like I thought 4-1, but it was a close fight though. Close ass fight. He said he didn't even deny that soft touch Stevenson was his dad. Hey, he did deny it at all, bro. Like he did deny it at all. He said, I like Ray Savage too. He said that brother missing something. Yeah, man, he missing something. I don't know what it is, but hopefully, like I said, hopefully Ashaki's up his game. Like, now salute to my boy Oplet, man. Hey, subscribe to my brother Oplet, man. My brother doing a hell of a job on his channel, man, as well, man. Subscribe to my brother, man. Yeah. And Erica said Ray could win, but I got shot for sure. Ray B was good with my brother, man. What's good, bro? What's good, brother? My dog Ray B in the building. My boy X-Sauce said Shakur and Ford spar together. He want to see how Ford does against Sasaki. If Ford wins, there would be no reason for Shakur to fight him then. Yes, bro. I ain't gonna get to. It's a lot of shit I know behind the scenes on Shakur. That's why some shit I don't be wanting to talk about too much. But Shakur definitely be doing that shit. Like Shakur he'll have one of his guys fight a dude to see how he look. You know what I'm saying? And if he looked like dude ain't good like that for real, like he ain't cracking like that, then Shakur he'll go and fight that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shakur definitely be watching shit like that, bro. I'm telling you. I know for sure. I've heard about Shakur sparring sessions and a lot of shit behind the scenes with Shakur, man. Most definitely. Yeah, aircraft. Yeah, Ford ain't look good against Nova. That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't like that was a fight. And then Nova's a former opponent of Oshaki too. Like, and you see how Eddie Hearn playing right there. Like, yeah, we're gonna have like because I think matter of fact, Ford was supposed to fight Anthony Kakashi, but Anthony Kakashi got hurt like 2 weeks prior to the fight. So with that happening, they end up replacing him with Abraham Nova. Abraham Nova only had like less than a month to prepare. You know what I mean? And Ford didn't dominate that fight at all. He didn't dominate. That's what I'm saying with him. Like, well, I need to see Ford, you know what I'm saying, take his game to another level. Like, I'm not seeing it from him. You know what I mean? Asaki said, Creo said, Foster, 32 years old, it's now or never. Facts, man. Facts. And I in this fight, too, we got to look at it, too. Emmanuel Navarrete just got ordered by the WBO to fight Charlie Suarez in a rematch. And, you know, I know some people like myself, we was talking about Asaki fighting Emmanuel Navarrete, them unifying at 130. But now, no, that's on hold. So that's why you see Asaki like, yo, right now, I'm trying to stay active. Let's go ahead and pack up Ray Ford. And, you know, we can push even more for Shakur. We can push even more for a unification with Emmanuel Navarrete if he beats, you know, Charlie Suarez in the rematch. Or we can go after Anthony Kakashi as well now that he's a new champion with that WBA strap. You know what I mean? So it's just looking at that from that perspective for sure. You know what I mean? So definitely salute them guys. Definitely, I definitely can't wait to see when they lock this in. So I want to do this real quick. So this is big right here. All right, so rumor. Let me shout that out. Rumor, allegedly, right here. This is the rumor card for May 2nd, right here, for David Benavidez and Zerto Ramirez, right here. And I had to add context that this is rumor. This is not final. This is rumor. So I mean, of course, we done talked about Armando Resendez and Jamal Charlo, them being in negotiations, the last couple of weeks, where that fight looked like that's going to be a for sure deal for us May 2nd. I can confirm that. As far as Resendez and Charlo is most likely a done deal for this card. I mentioned last week with Oscar Duarte, he's fighting that he was going to be fighting on this May 2nd card. The matchup, now they're pairing him up with Angel Ferrero. Angel Ferrero is the same guy that fought Pitbull Cruz last year that had a banger with Pitbull Cruz, and they were supposed to have a rematch last year, but Ferrero ended up getting sick from his weight. His weight was fucked up. You know what I mean? His weight was fucked up. So you got Oscar Duarte with Angel Ferrero, them two guys fight. And Shakram Giasov and Raul Corio right here. Of course, Shakram Giasov is the mandatory, the number one contender for the WBA at 147. And this fight with Shakram Giasov and Corio, this is a WBA interim title fight right here. So this fight is going to be for the interim strap at 147 between Giasov and Corio right here. And Lamont Roach and William Zepeda. I don't know as far as that in particular. Of course, we've been hearing the rumors with Lamont Roach possibly fighting William Zepeda on the Tank Davis and Pitbull rematch card, possibly. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to talk about that a little bit. Now it's a whole conversation with Tank pushing to try to fight Lamont Roach immediately instead of Pitbull. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But Lamont Roach versus William Zepeda on his May 2nd card makes sense. And we got to add context with Lamont Roach and William Zepeda that both of these guys, they are number 1 and 2 as the contenders for the WBC at 135. Now, with that being said, the interim champion is Javier Herrera. Javier Herrera, he fought in the title eliminator, which ended up being an interim championship due to Ashaki vacating the interim championship after he beat Stephen Foden. Javier Herrera fought in the interim championship in December, where he won that fight, and he's the interim champion for the WBC at 135. Lamont Roach and William Zepeda, they went behind the scenes and approached the WBC to fight for that WBC vacant title, and the WBC approved of it. So that's what we got to add context to, where people, they had a conversation like, why is Tank not going out after Lamont Roach? Well, it's because of Lamont Roach went behind Javier Herrera back and went behind people's back and went and locked in a fight with William Zepeda and then approached the WBC about approving that fight for a vacant title. That's what happened. You know what I mean? And that's just the fact of the matter. Now, whether this fight lands on May 2nd, we shall see. We shall see. But this is definitely, the card right here with possibly, allegedly, rumored for May 2nd for Benavidez and Zurdo. And speaking of Benavidez and Zurdo, let me get this video real quick, because I want to actually play this clip from Benavidez real quick that I seen my fucking what's his name? BVO. I seen BVO did a short on this earlier today on this video, and his context, I didn't like the context of what he said in the video 100% a little bit. Just me. So I was like, man, I gotta cook that a little bit. Let me find this short real quick on Ring Magazine. Because David Benavidez, he did a recent interview with Inside the Ring, and he basically let it be known on some of the guys that he has on his hit list, which is, I like this hit list of David Benavidez. It's really nothing new. It's something that we already seen before and heard from him before, honestly. You know what I mean? And I don't get the conversation of why people is trying to play off that David Benavidez is docking Ja overtime. I just don't understand why this is still a thing.
I want to get
oh shit.
Then
then Archer better be. So those are the two fights. Those are the fights I want.
Volume on here. Let me go. This. All right. Let me do this. Let me share the scrizzy again right here because I had it muted right there, so I had to unmute it. All right.
So those are the two fights. Those are the fights I want for myself. You know what I mean? And I know those are two fights that all the world of boxing wants to see. So right now that I can make 175 comfortably, you know, I feel like we got to make that happen first. You know, we got this fight. You know, we're gonna get these belts first, and then we're gonna go back down, and then we're gonna come back up.
Can you imagine?
Like I said, I already had cards I wanted to play, so you know what I mean. I'm gonna take care of that first. So I want to get Dimitri Bivol, then Archer better be.
So you see right there with my guy David Benavidez, where he always been on record saying that, you know, he wanted to fight Bivol, he wanted to fight Beterbiev, and of course, you know, I showed y'all the clip a couple weeks ago with him pushing down on Ja Obertai, where he run up on him. He like, yo, I want to share the ring with you. You know what I'm saying? And we got to add context with Ja Obertai's situation. He over there with Zuffa, man. He over there with Zuffa, dog. And we got to understand the business. David Benavidez, yeah, he going to fight. He going to fight banger after banger. He going to fight the guys that's tough for sure. But he's going to fight, you know, for monetary gain. You know what I mean? And Ja Obertai, how can you duck Ja Obertai when you haven't even fought in the cruiserweight weight class? That's my question. Like, let's start there. Like, how can you duck a person in a weight class that you never fought at? Like, this man, David, is fighting the fight that Ja Obertai been begging for 2-3 years in Zurdo Ramirez. So if David Benavidez is fighting Zurdo Ramirez, why would he be ducking Ja Obertai? And then I know y'all looking at it like, oh, well, why would he go back down to 175? I mean, shit, Bivol, that's a fight that everybody's been wanting to fight. Everybody been wanting Dimitri Bivol and David Benavidez. A lot of people don't even want to see Dimitri Bivol fight the trilogy with Beterbiev because they want to see Bivol and David Benavidez fight, especially with their sparring history and everything. They got a storyline. You know what I mean? That's the fight that a lot of, and then, you know, Bivol, he expressed that he may be moving up the cruiserweight possibly too recently. So we may see Bivol and Benavidez sooner than later. You know what I mean? I me personally, do I care for the trilogy for Bivol and Beterbiev? Only reason why I do, because of those two fights was two good fights, and I believe Beterbiev deserves that third fight. He deserves it. You know what I mean? And I think Bivol owes him that fight because he didn't push this fight back in the trilogy for over a year. Literally over a year. They fought in February last year, and they were supposed to have the rematch twice last year, in the summer and in the fall. And Bivol has pushed this thing back so far to where the IBF, they done made they mandatory stand firm with Michael Eifert, to where Bivol got to fight Michael Eifert May 23rd on that Usyk Verhoeven card. So we'll see, man. But no, with they, like, how can you? That's what I'm saying with David Benavidez. How can you duck a person when you never even fought in that weight class? You know what I mean? I understand that. You know, some people out there like Ja Obertai. I like Ja Obertai as well too. But I think he made a dumbass move signing with Zuffa because it's going to be hard for him to get those fights that he wants on the other side. That's just the fact of the matter. Like, and I've been saying this for a long fucking time for us, y'all, Obertai, and a lot of the guys pertaining to Zuffa. Now, you can't be Rayo Valenzuela over there with Zuffa boxing and you calling out Shakur Stevenson. Like, make fucking sense. Like, we got to read the room with this shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's one of the cons of the Zuffa shit. You know what I mean? Unless they sign guys from the other side, you're not going to see a lot of those guys from Zuffa mix it up with guys from the other side. That's just the truth of the matter. Like, so salute to DB though, man. I'm excited to see this fight, man. I'm definitely excited to see my boy DB get it cracking coming up May 2nd, man. That card is shaping out pretty cool. It's shaping out cool. Now we'll definitely hear more on what this other. PBC ain't officially announced nothing for us this card yet, but I can confirm Resendez and Charlo is a definite. Shakram Giasov and Coriel, that's a definite for sure. Oscar Duarte and Angel Ferrero is a definite. Lamont Roach and Williams Zepeda, not sure about that. Not sure about that yet. So we'll get into it a little bit more. And what else? What I wanted to do next with this? Oh yeah, I gotta do that real quick. All right, so let me share my screen because we gotta go over this Eddie Hearn interview. It's a few minutes. I got the timestamp for it. We gotta go over this Eddie Hearn interview real quick, man. That he just did on Stomping Ground. Was he dropped a couple gems in his interview that I wanted to kind of point out real quick. Let me share the screen real quick. Blocks. Yeah, there you go. All right, where was I at? I was watching this earlier before I came on. All right, so here you go. Lee Jackson said, Lee Jackson, as soon as finish.
Beat Felix.
Like, exactly. I like what you just said right there, Lee Jackson. Like, what was the point? Like, I've been saying this on record. What was the point for you to sign with Zuffa and your whole intentions is becoming, undisputed? You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew you wasn't gonna be undisputed over there. And if you absolutely believe that shit, you're fucking blind. You on some Stevie Wonder timing.
It's Cash. He's been in some great fights. He's a tough man, and it's a brilliant night of boxing all round.
Notice how you didn't have to look at your card or your notes or anything.
No, I was actually like picking this spot on my leg that I've just found, but I don't have cards. Yeah, I don't have cards. Other promoters have cards, but I don't have cards.
Can we expect more announcements? Obviously, you mentioned that one that is going to be announced tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, if this does go tomorrow morning. Obviously, Sky has just been announced down under. I believe we expect Crocker to be the following week.
Which would be very handy.
Which would be very handy.
Yeah.
You can get 2 weeks out there. Any more that you can...
Tomorrow we'll be announcing April, the end of April card. And then as we go into May, we also have a show May 2nd in the UK, which will be announced imminently as well. There looks like there's going to be another show as well, May the end of May, and then we've got Boots, which is end of May, June, and obviously the Ortiz stuff has been incredibly frustrating, and I actually want to say as well, because I feel like I should address it. Because I've seen a few sort of rumbles, online. There'll be Ben Whittaker fight news very soon as well, because Ben was due to fight as co-main event on the Boots card. And as frustrating as it's been for Boots, it's also been frustrating for Ben Whittaker. All
right, so Eddie Hearn, that pause is crazy right there. Eddie Hearn, he's supposed to announce 2 fights, I believe today. So he's going to be announcing 2 fights today, and he announced that he's going to be working with one of those fights, a big fight with Queensberry with Frank Warren. So we're gonna have announcements coming up soon with Eddie Hearn, for as some upcoming fights that he has on Matchroom, which they're building their summer schedule right now.
And it actually hasn't been as smooth as I would have liked so far with Ben. He obviously fought in November, fantastic first round knockout, but he was due. That Boots fight was supposed to be in April, and obviously now it's not going to be. So Ben Whittaker will be fighting in April, and there'll be an announcement soon. And I want to get him a lot of momentum because it's been
US still.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we may actually announce.
And you see that Eddie Hearn said that Ben Whittaker was supposed to be on the Boots and Virgil card, but now that that fight's not happening, and they're looking for Boots to fight coming up in May or early June. Now they're going to have Ben Whittaker fight in April. So most likely we'll see a UK fight from Ben Whittaker coming up. And that's crazy because we was just talking about Ben Whittaker yesterday. We was like, man, what's going on with Ben Whittaker? We ain't heard nothing from him. And just now Eddie Hearn confirmed that right there.
2 fights for him in reasonable succession because I need to get him more active. And I'm a little bit disappointed. And it's definitely not his fault. I mean, tough to say it's our fault, but I guess we have to take some of the responsibility as well because the Boots fight didn't happen. But I need to get him active because he's not active enough. And this is a massive year for Ben Whittaker. He's such an important part of our stable. So Ben Whittaker fight news will be dropping probably this week. And we may even announce 2 fights for him to get him active. So just wanted to address that. Boots fight. Either way, Boots is going to be in a massive fight. And there is a chance that fight news could come this week.
Josh Kelly?
Is he fighting Josh Kelly?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But it's
well, that confirmed that right there. So we already know with Boots Ennis that they just announced that with Chris Mannix, he was the first one to announce it Saturday night that Boots Ennis is in preliminary talks with Xander Zayas and a unification fight. Because of course, Boots Ennis is the WBA interim champion. So right there, you got Eddie Hearn saying, no, it would not be Josh Kelly, which I've been saying that. Eddie ain't giving up Josh Kelly to that man, Boots Ennis, man. I've been telling y'all, I'm like, bro, I don't see a Josh Kelly that turned the damn fight down for Boots' first fight at 154. You know what I'm saying? You think he not going to turn it down when he got a damn title now? And he running around up here screaming he beat Bakram and shit. Nobody don't give a fuck about you being Bakram. What's next? You got a title now. We want to see what's next for you, Josh Kelly. You can't talk no big dog shit and you ain't moving like no big dog. That ain't moving like no big dog when you moving away from some of the fights that people want to see from you. You know what I mean? That's just the fact of the matter.
It's definitely an option.
B King was good. Curtis Robinson was good with my boy. Was good, man. Was good. No more sleepwalking. Was good, my brother. Was good, bro.
Josh is in a wonderful position. I mean, he has the Boots fight. He has the Xander fight potentially. He can go and have a defense back in the Northeast, which is a possibility around June, July time.
Watch. That's what he going to do. Josh Kelly going to end up fighting somebody else. He going to fight somebody from the UK or Europe. In a voluntary fight. He ain't gonna fight Xander or Boots. That's what I'm already seeing, the clear picture for Josh Kelly. Like, he was negotiating with Xander, and we ran the content on that this past week for as his conversation with him going back and forth with Xander for as negotiating that fight. And he trying to act like he the A side over Xander Zayas, and he only got 1 strap. Xander got 2. Like, you ain't the A side in that situation, brother. Xander has more value than you, Josh Kelly. You know what I mean? And that's what Josh Kelly watch. He going to go fighting. He going to go fighting a voluntary fight in the UK, and that's what it's going to be for him. Like, it ain't going to be either Xander or motherfucking Boots. I guarantee you that. It won't. My boy Eric has said Josh Kelly is Eddie's best answers because they from the same country. In my opinion, it's all. That's the thing. And I mentioned this yesterday too. Eddie Hearn, he protected Conor Ben away from Boots Ennis. When Boots Ennis was at 147, he doing the same shit with Josh Kelly at 154 with Boots Ennis. And that's why I said that's the only thing I don't like about Eddie. Like he would go hard and go big for his UK fighters over his American fighters, man. And that's what the business wise, I don't like that within Eddie Hearn. I feel like he need, if Boots Ennis is the goods and he one of them guys, and he's supposed to be one of the faces of the sport, you need to be pushing for that. You need to be giving him that opportunity to fight Josh Kelly for that fucking strap. Like, fuck Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly, he'll continue to get a bag and move on and do his thing after he get his ass whooped by Boots Ennis. But give Boots Ennis that fucking title, man. That's my problem with Eddie right there. Like, that's just one of my big issues with him. And A Sauce said, why are people complaining about Boots not getting any fight when his own promoter has a champion he can give him now? At some point, you got to look at Boots for his career choices. That's the thing, too. I've been on record telling y'all when he signed on with Metro, even when he re-signed with Metro a few months ago, I was like, no, Boots, no. Because I had to understand, like, we got to understand business-wise, Boots is looking at it like, I can stay active, Eddie has the dates, etc. That's how Boots is looking at it from a business aspect. So I understand the business aspect for Boots, why he wouldn't go over to PBC, because he looking at PBC like, y'all don't have many dates from me to stay active. You know what I mean? Which I understand that. But they would have put, I think if he would have been with PBC, you would have been, in position, to fight some of these bigger fights, more so. You know what I mean? PBC, I think they would have pushed him to the forefront and like, yo, we pushing Boots as one of those guys. You know what I mean? For sure, if he would have went through them. And I think like the way they market it, they market guys perfect over there where they turn it, they could turn, I believe they could turn Boots into a star before fucking Eddie Hearn. No, Boots wouldn't be only fighting in Philly. If he was on PBC, they would have had Boots in Vegas main event and had him in Atlanta main event, or had him in Houston main event, and market him in certain spots, big cities around the US already. No, Eddie Hearn, he's just basically pocketing his bread off of Boots, having them fight around the East Coast, having them fight in Philly, and having them fight in Atlantic City and everything. You know what I mean? Like Eddie Hearn's doing a great job for us, like pushing him as a main event fighter, because he's doing that more than he did having Shakur. Shit, we done seen Shakur be on undercards. That was his first main event with Shakur, with Teofimo Lopez in a couple of fights. You know what I mean? So definitely crazy right there. Let me read something real quick. My boy, No More Sleepwalker said, you gotta feed him the Boots. Kelly is fool. Facts plus tax, bro. Facts. Aircraft said, no more Sleepwalker. I thought Bagra beat Kelly. That's just me, though. He said, and salute to my family, man. Vacay Bay in the building, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Vacay Bay, man. She talked about a little bit of everything on her channel for sure as well, man. Salute to her as well. Still out of gum. What's good, man? What's good, brother? Hey, if you're new to the channel, man, hey, subscribe to the channel, man. We on a roll to 1,000, man. We almost at 800, so we on a roll to 1,000. We trying to get that 1,000 by this next month right here. So we definitely working, man. We working. My boy A1 Hoops on, man. Salute, man. Hey, subscribe to the Objective Fan, man. My brother, man. I just followed you on IG the other day too, A1.
So working on his next fight as well. Bam Rodriguez fight news will be dropping very, very soon. Ray Ford, everybody knows the conversations and virtually terms are agreed there to fight a Shaki Foster with Top Rank, who we're going to be working a lot more with coming up. And obviously Mr. Joshua as well, which we're working on at the moment, Katie Taylor and the Croak Park Project. Loads to get done and loads to announce.
Just quickly, I wanted to talk about Jaya Patala, who obviously fought on Zuffa a couple of weeks ago. It came sort of 24 hours before He still held the IBF belt up in the ring after the victory, but it wasn't on the line. Do you know what on earth's going on with that? We saw the emotion.
I mean, I received a letter. I think there's like this kind of paranoia from those guys that promoters were like involved in this big conspiracy theory. I've never had any correspondence with any governing body about any Zuffa fires. I couldn't give a fuck, to be honest with you. But what makes me laugh so much is you come out and you give interviews saying we're not working with the governing bodies. We will not recognize the governing bodies on our show. And then everybody starts crying when the governing bodies won't sanction fights on their shows. I mean, you know what you signed up for.
Facts.
And I don't understand, why are you so afraid of just getting on with it? You don't want to recognize the governing bodies. You've said it. We know it's part of your plan. So do it. Get on with it.
Facts.
What are you trying to do? Just get, I mean.
Facts right there. And he's saying the same shit. Hey, Zuffa, they the ones that said they don't want to recognize sensation of bodies. That's why you seen that whole week with Ja Obata where they ain't showcased the belt, the IBF belt. They ain't showcased the IBF belt until literally the press conference. Literally press conference. You got Zuffa running content on their social saying, "Oh, we pushing for the Zuffa belt. This is the Zuffa the first Zuffa belt championship cruiser for the cruiserweights and all of that good shit." You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like with Ja Obata, like you should know what you signing up for. I mentioned that earlier. You should know what you signing up for. You know that Dana White and them said that they're not going to recognize the sanctioning bodies over here. So why the fuck you over there with Zuffa, Ja Obata? Like, make fucking sense to me. Like that. That's why I said Ja Obata just it's a dumbass move. It's just a dumb move. You know what I mean? I understand he want to stay active. You know what I mean? And Eddie Hearn on the Zurdo Ramirez fight for Ja Obata, that ain't really Eddie Hearn's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not his fault. And on top of that, Ja Obata, if we talking money value between Zurdo, who he would fight between Ja Obata and David Benavidez, obviously it's David Benavidez, obviously because they fight May 2nd. You know what I mean? That boy Zurdo Ramirez is 48-1 with 30 knockouts, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like almost 50 fights. This is his 50th fight that he's about to have coming up May 2nd with David Benavidez. The guy's getting up in age and everything a little bit. That man, Oscar, I believe Oscar's been protecting Zurdo from Ja for the last 2-3 years. That's just my personal opinion. Just like I believe Oscar's been, he was protecting, Zepeda for all that time. You know what I'm saying? And then cashed him out to fight Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And then, same thing. He didn't want Ryan to fight fucking Tank. You know what I mean? He didn't. You know what I mean? Like Oscar knows the business. You know what I'm saying? He's a Hall of Famer, so he knows the business for sure. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But we got to have the context with Oscar and Zurdo Ramirez. Oscar didn't, he has not pushed for Zurdo Ramirez to fight Ja Obata at all, for them to unify at that cruiserweight division. And we've been talking about these two guys unifying for over a year. Damn near 2-3 years, if we want to be honest. You know what I mean? So it's just nasty work, bro. Real live nasty work for real in 4K for real.
It's all their stuff is all over the place. All over the place. All their messaging is so contradictory. They go back and forward on different stuff. And I don't think they actually know what they're doing. I think they're making it up as they go along. And I'm not.
And I want to add context to what he just said. When he's saying that he don't think that Zuffa knows what they're doing. One thing that told me that had my eyes, wide open was the signing of Conor Benn. Like, what was the point of y'all signing Conor Benn for $10-15 million for one fight, for him to fight Reese's Prograde on a card as he's the co-main? He's not even the main event. He's the co-main, and he's fighting under Fury and Makhmadov, card April 11 on Netflix. Like, that's my question right there. Like, what was the point of signing Conor Benn for one fight for $15 million to fight Reese's Prograde? Like, it makes no logical sense to me. The only sense that it makes to me that I could think is, of course, we know that Zuffa, they're trying to have the British Board Commission approve the Zuffa belt. So they're trying to push for that Zuffa belt. So that's why you see Dana White, some of the interviews that he's been doing with UK guys, you know what I'm saying, UK content boxing creators. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to put Zuffa heavy in that UK market. And you look at that 11 we've talked about that April 11 card with Tyson Fury and Makhmadov is fucking trash. It's trash as hell. Nobody's been talking about it. You know what I'm saying? The most we done talked about Tyson Fury was, him talking about him and Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean?
I'm saying it won't be a success. I'm sure, I keep saying these guys are powerful people, but right now they're back and forward, this, that. It's just none of it makes sense. So, listen, my priority in the cruiserweight division is a young man called Pat Brown. I'll run that back. My priority in the cruiserweight division is a young man by the name of Patrick the fucking Bomber Brown. And he is going to win all the belts in the cruiserweight division.
I wanted to add context too, what he just said. Crazy. He's mentioned this guy, Patrick Brown, right? And you remember when we watched the Ja Opetaw interview last week, where Ja Opetaw, he said that Eddie Hearn was trying to have him fight one of his own fighters from Matchroom. That's the guy, Patrick Brown. Eddie Hearn is pushing this guy, Patrick Brown, now in the cruiserweight division. He said, "The hell with Ja Opetaw. Take your ass over there with Zuffa. If you want to go over there, fuck it. It is what it is. I got this guy, Patrick Brown, and I'm gunning for him to get all of these straps at the cruiserweight division right there, just to add context."
And he will fight on April 3rd against Dukas. It's a brilliant fight for him. And he will be cruiserweight world champion. And by the end of this year, we want all the smoke with every cruiserweight out there, including Ja Opetaw, who is a brilliant fighter.
Facts.
And this man is an absolute monster. Monster.
Right. Saturday night, Gareth A. Davies on TalkSport says he has it on good authority. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is signed with the big money people on Netflix. Your reaction?
I texted him today. I was like, what? He said, no, I backtracked on that. I said it wasn't true. I was like, well, it's been reported by so many outlets and it's completely untrue. Completely untrue.
So Anthony Joshua, he came out. I ain't going to play the video, but Anthony Joshua, a video surfaced from Anthony Joshua, not Anthony Joshua, my bad. A video surfaced from Tyson Fury yesterday that I seen where he was saying that him and Anthony Joshua was locked in to fight for 2027. And, I guess it's coming from Gareth Davies as far as him pushing that whole little, narrative out there. And Eddie Hearn, he just told us just now that, that shit is not true.
There is absolutely nothing signed with Anthony Joshua to fight Tyson Fury next. There is nothing agreed. There has been conversations and deep conversations as well prior to obviously the accident that he was going to fight Jake Paul, then he was going to fight in February or March in Saudi Arabia, then he was going to fight Tyson Fury. Again, nothing signed, and then obviously the accident happened. Since then, there has been no conversations really about that fight. other than in the last few days, conversations with Dr. Rakan, Seller, about starting to think about revisiting the plan. And I will go into camp with Anthony Joshua next week when he starts, and we will start having conversations about what is next. Those conversations will go in tandem with Turki Al-Sheikh and Seller and everybody to see the position regarding a Tyson Fury fight. We are more than up for that fight, but AJ needs to go back into camp, and we need to understand physically how long it will take him to return to boxing. And we are not rushing him, and he ain't rushing himself. So it's quite likely that return will come the back end of the summer.
Deer protein bar.
All right. So that's what I wanted to show on that real quick. Yeah, so that was Eddie Hearn right there, cooking up a little bit on the stomping ground, man. If y'all want to watch the rest of that interview, man, after the show. But Eddie Hearn definitely said some things, basically saying, boots in this for May or early June. We may get an announcement of boots this week from what he's saying. So we'll definitely stay close to that. Of course, we already heard about him in preliminary talks with Xander Zayas. Of course, Top Rank, they just signed their deal with the Zone yesterday. You know what I mean? Which is very intriguing, man. Very intriguing right here from Top Rank. Just to segue into them a little bit. They're going to be having 8 to 10 boxing events per year. And they said each event is expected to carry a license fee between $1 million to $1.25 million. Now, I want to add a little context with this Top Rank situation because I seen this before I came on the show this morning. I seen that Ring Magazine, if y'all look at Ring Magazine, they literally deleted this post from their socials. And then Keith Idec that first reported it from the Ring, even on his social, he deleted his post. Now, this word and all spread it throughout the whole entire boxing world yesterday, you know what I mean? Which is, Top Rank didn't deny it or anything. That's one thing I can say. They didn't deny or say like it was cap. So, overall, I love the Top Rank move with the Zone. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of fights that they can match up with, for as Matchroom and Queensberry that we talked about earlier with Big Baby Anderson, for as him being signed to a co-promotional deal with Queensberry and Top Rank. It's a lot of matchups that they can make, and even if Golden Boy, if they can lock in and finish their, long-term negotiations with a new deal with the Zone. So it's a lot of fights that, Top Rank can definitely make. And, of course, if y'all seen how, everything been shaking for us, the promotional companies, how they've been moving, Top Rank, PBC, and Golden Boy, they've been working, and you can add Matchroom a little bit as well. They all four have been kind of working together, making matchups happen and making fights happen, and that's what we need in the sport. We need these guys to work more, together, on fights. And and you see Queensberry is coming in the fold along with those guys. Of course, Queensberry has a lawsuit on Seller on Saudi Arabia right now. So you're looking at Top Rank being with the Zone, you're definitely looking at how all the promotional companies, they're starting to work together a little bit now. I'm liking how how everybody's moving a little bit as far as that. I mean, Top Rank, I gotta give credit to Top Rank for them being active and doing what they've been doing without a network the past year. They've been doing some amazing things. They didn't had guys become world champions in the process of them not having a network deal, keeping their guys active, even doing some of their shows that they've been having on Tubi. I know y'all be talking about, man, Top Rank on Tubi. Hey, I love they ass on Tubi. Shit, the shit free. You know what I mean? And the production wasn't bad either. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that Top Rank does continue to keep Top Rank classics with Tubi. You know what I'm saying? And they be able to be like, hey, we'll throw a free show for y'all on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? And do stuff like that. Hopefully they're able to still do that still. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely liking how they moving, man. And the promotional wars is crazy right now, bro. Like the promotional war in boxing is crazy because you got a lot of these companies, they're joining up against Zuffa Boxing and going against Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know what I mean? For as that, in the process, still doing business with Turkey too at the same time. That's why I said this boxing promotional war is insane right now. It's absolutely insane, but. We just want to see, all, Zuffa, Queensberry, Top Rank, PBC, Golden Boy, Matchroom. We just want to see all of these guys give us the content, man. Give us the content. Give us the content. Give us the matchups. You know what I mean? And, so we can talk about and cover these fights. You know what I mean? Like, give us the content. That's just what it's all about at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So definitely salute the Top Rank. And, I want to push forward to some of these two main topics. Let's dive into some shit now. Let's get it cracking. All right, let me go ahead and go up top then. All right, so we already know the whole conversation between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney in recent time, and man, as far as the rematch between these two guys. And I'm gonna go run back the tweets that they had exchanged back and forth from yesterday. And then I want to play with Mr. Bill Haney too. Let me get that video together too, by the way. I want to play Mr. Bill Haney, man. We got some content with these guys that we definitely got to cover, man, with this Ryan and Devin shit real quick. So let me pull this up right here because I can share this video because I do want to cover this with him. Is that it right there? Oh, is that new? Word? I know you fucking lying. Hold on. Is that new? Did Bill Haney was Bill Haney on with Brian Norman Jr. yesterday? Whoa. Oh shit, they did. Oh man, fuck that. We running that. Oh, let me do that. Oh shit, I done seen some shit. Oh, stop the presses. Let me do this real quick. Let's get into this conversation real quick before we do that. All right, man. So the other day, man, Ryan Garcia, he made a tweet out. He said the strangest thing is how Sean Haney knew about the test before anyone, that will always be a stain to their plans. He says Allah, he told him whatever he said. Nah, little bro, talk too much at that time. Your family, your whole family are some bitch-made humans. Your bro Haney can't save you. Remember, I said that. Now I'm here. It's over. So Devin Haney, he responds to Ryan Garcia. And he says, you said it was Sean Haney, Victor Conte, Vada, your strength coach Scooter, the vitamin companies. In all reality, it was you. That's why you took your punishment from the commission and it didn't contest. Then Ryan responds. He says, when I fight Haney again, he would never touch the ring after that. That's a promise. And then, and bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, how could you not fight this man next, bro? Like, I'm still off that right there, bro. Like, I'm real lot off that. Like, how could you not fight this man next when Ryan is talking so greasy? Like, it don't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And look at this right here from Devin right here. Devin says, let's sign up for VADA and sign up for a fight now and put a date on it. So Devin continues to talk about Ryan Garcia signing up for VADA, man, and which is like literally, I feel like it's a stupid conversation to have at this point. Like real shit. Like this conversation about VADA and all of this shit, it's a dumbass conversation to have at this point to me. And I want to do something with this shit too, real quick. Because while we talking about this, because I want to show this, because we was having this conversation yesterday on my brother B3 channel, as far as Ryan Garcia being in the WBC in the clean boxing program. So let's I want to read this out to y'all, because the WBC boxing clean program has been a part of boxing since 2016. You feel me? And let me share my screen, because I want to, before I do that, I want to show this and let this be seen. So where we at? Share screen. So right here, you see right here. Let's read this. All right. The WBC Clean Boxing Program aims to combat doping in boxing by educating athletes about the dangers of prohibited substances. Here are key points about the program. Mandatory enrollment. All ranked fighters and champions must enroll in the program with a 90-day window to register. Testing. Random tests for PEDs are conducted, and athletes must comply within the program's guidelines. Prohibited substances. Athletes are informed about the list of prohibited substances, and most avoid them. And programs include educational resources and seminars to inform athletes about the risks about doping. And one thing about it too, like they mentioned with the boxing clean program, that it's a year-round basis that they're doing that they have to test. So they randomly, with you being under the WBC and you being a champion and you being in the top 15 in the WBC, year-round they test you through VADA. So with that being said, this whole conversation about the testing, because Ryan has already expressed and already said that he's willing to test and stuff. You know what I mean? He already did, months of testing, 6 months of testing with Mario Barrios. Now, I know people, I seen some of the Haney fans on Twitter yesterday. They was like, where's Ryan test results from after the fight? Like, did they give Devin's test results after the fight, after he fought Brian Norman Jr.? Like, my thing is about this whole shit, like, VADA don't disclose every test from every fighter after a fight, bro. That's just the fucking fact of the matter. Like it's stupid to be like, oh, Ryan got to show his test, but then we ain't even see Devin's test that way he tested after he fought Brian Norman Jr. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, are you shitting me? Like, too much like weird shit, man. Like too much weird shit for me. Just too much weird shit. So back to the tweets. Ryan Garcia, he says, no more talking, Dev. We either fight after you fight Rollies or just keep your mouth mute, bitch. So you got Ryan Garcia popping it right here. And then, of course, Devin, he responds. He says, sign up for drug testing, ho. Then we can fight after I beat Rolly. So you having Devin Haney continuing to talk about testing. Like, we already seen what they did to Brian Norman Jr. They extended then their fucking 12 weeks of testing, like, on fucking Brian Norman Jr. They didn't do that shit with Jose Ramirez and have him do 16 weeks or 12 weeks of testing up until they fight. They ain't press him like that. They ain't pressing Rolly telling Rolly to test the test and everything, and pressing him to do extra testing, and they negotiating the fight with Rolly Romero right now. What are we talking about here? Like, keep this same energy for everybody if y'all gonna be on that type of timing with the testing shit. If y'all want to press all these fighters for testing, keep it all the way 100 with everybody, and keep that shit with the same energy for every fighter that you fight. Don't just pick and choose who the fuck you gonna have fucking do 12 or 16 weeks of testing. Like, come on. Y'all better read the room and the shit that how these motherfuckers be moving, bro. Like, this moving like this, bro, this type of behavior is scary behavior to me. Now, you can't tell me this. Like, they're willing. You got Ryan Garcia calling him a bitch, calling him pussy, talking about he vowed to retire him and all of this shit. And Devin Haney pushing to fight Rolly Romero right now. It's all because of he trying to gain leverage into negotiations with a fight with Ryan Garcia. Like, come on. Read the room. Like, for real. Read the fucking room. And we got Ryan Garcia right here. He says, your mom tell you to say this repeatedly, talk about the test, talking about Devin, talking about, the drug test. Yeah, maybe. Anything to disclaim what happened to you 420, the fear I told you about is still there and will forever be there. This man, Ryan Garcia, literally telling this man, Devin, like, you fear me. You know what happened on 420. And that's why you hesitant on taking the fight with me. That's what Ryan Garcia is saying clearly right there. And Ryan Garcia been playing Devin Haney like a pure sucker. It's so mind-boggling to me that I see the Haney fans that where they be like, oh yeah, well, Devin, he fights Rolly, man, he becomes unified, and then it makes the fight with Ryan even bigger. Yes, we know that, dumb shits. Yeah, we know that. But as a man, me seeing this man Ryan talk so greasy like this, there's no way I would not be able to see this man. It makes absolutely no sense to me why these guys are not fighting, bro. Like Devin. If I was Devin right now, I'd be like, bro, fuck Rolly. Hey, Brian said he coming back in July. Fuck that. Let's get it cracking in July or August. Let's get it cracking. I'll wait for Ryan. That's me personally. If I'm Devin Haney, but they don't got the mindset of that, and they bullshitting while they over there pushing for to fight Ryan after Rolly. They better be paying attention and watching after Rolly. While they bullshitting, they thinking this Rolly fight sweet as hell. I believe Devin Haney beats Rolly. I think he beats him for sure. But at the same time, that's not the fucking layup fight for Devin Haney. Like, we got to be realistic here. Like, that is not a layup for him. Like, and then so what we got here? Let me go ahead and get into some of this conversation right here. All right. So let me play this clip right here from Devin, right, from Bill right here.
Rolly Romero is next, May the 30th, and then in September, if Ryan wants to rematch, let's do it.
What's the prediction for those two fights?
Beating.
Now, he's Jacob's brother.
No. Beating. Devin is going to beat the shit out of Rolly Romero on May 30th. And Ryan Garcia, September. Stop ducking. We've been looking to make this shit happen. Let's enroll in Vada now.
Bro, that man is hilarious, bro. Like, he is hilarious. Like, he is so fucking animated, bro. Animated as fuck. Let me play this clip with Ryan, because Ryan was streaming yesterday on Kick yesterday right here, man.
Oh, I don't have really many options. Devin Haney ducked me.
No, Devin Haney, I thought
he ducked me.
Bro.
Shakur just ducked me. So I got one option. But Teofimo, I mean, for him to come to 47 is going to be hard for him. But he said he's down.
And that's what I don't want right there. You got Ryan Garcia in that clip talk about Devin induct him, Shakur induct him, and then you got Bill Haney right there talk about Roley, talking about they gonna beat the shit out of Roley, and saying Ryan is next after that, and telling Ryan to sign up for testing as well. Same shit, different day, right? Same shit. Like, y'all can't tell me that the Haneys ain't nervous about fighting Ryan Garcia, bro. Like, y'all can't tell me that. I could remotely, nobody could never argue that and even debate that with me. Like, them boys are scared and nervous of Ryan Garcia. You look how they've been moving, bro. Like, y'all talk about Rolly Romero. Y'all talking about Ryan right now, currently, more than y'all talking about Rolly Romero, and y'all negotiating with Rolly. So if y'all talking about Ryan so much, why the fuck not fight Ryan? And why y'all continue to push Vada upon Ryan when he's under the WBC clean boxing program as being the WBC champion? Ryan and Devin in exchange tweets. Ryan already told you that, you know, testing is not an issue for him. So what's the testing still the conversation? Like, why is the testing still a conversation from the Haneys? That's my question. Like, literally. And even further, even to add a little context, you see Bill Haney says, stop the cap, VADA, September, the rest is just noise. Now, yeah, Ryan did mention talking about fighting Teofimo Lopez. No, we don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see Ryan fight Teofimo Lopez. I don't want to see that. That's just me personally. Like, I got to keep it 100. I don't want to see that. Tio need to get his feet wet at 147. I don't think that's the fight for him to get his feet wet. I think Ryan would smoke Tio probably at this point. What else? What's this? Oh yeah, that was the Keyshawn shit. All right, so let's get into this. I gotta drop this video right here. Because this is a conversation. This is a conversation that's been had among these guys right now too. The microdosing. Let's drop the clip.
That Devin Haney is microdose. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IB. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Oscarine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Oscarine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. What's my name? Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules, 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? That Devin Haney is microdose. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IB. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Osharine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Osharine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. What's my name? Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules. 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? That Devin Haney is microdose.
Man, so the interesting conversation right there from B Norm Senior right there with Brian Norman Jr., man, which is crazy because all the conversation be on the other guys. And yes, Devin Haney is under snack. Yes, we do know Victor Conte had a video. He got a video and got content out there saying that he know how to, deter the test and, beat the test and everything. Yes, we all know that. And of course, you seen how I seen my boy AM Sports Media. I seen my boy Greg, man. He did a video where he showed the picture of Devin Haney after that Brian Norman fight, how ripped he was and everything in that fight. Like that told me enough a little bit. Now, do I believe he microdosing? I don't know. The theory is out there. You know what I mean? For a snack, for as what's being done with those guys working with snack in particular. You know what I mean? So we all have our our theories and our thoughts about how snack is 100%. And did I add that in here? Let me see. Actually, did I? Is that it right there? Let me see. No, that ain't it. Oh, yeah, this right here. All right, so here go Devin Haney. This is Devin Haney's response to Brian Norman Sr. right here. He says, I whip Brian Norman Jr. so bad his daddy saying that I'm microdosing PEDs when I'm out of camp. Whole time, I'm the only fighter that's been signed up for 365 drug testing and still pushing for other fighters to do it. One thing about it, Devin, and which is we ain't even adding the context with the WBC boxer program because they test their fighters year round. So if you're in the top 15 and you're a champion in the WBC, you're getting tested yearly round by the sanctioned body. Is that fucking 365 testing? If you want to call that, you know what I mean? Like, and even with Devin, like I said, I mentioned earlier, we don't be hearing about Devin's results every time he get tests. We don't see Vada post, if Devin's testing once a month or twice a month. We don't see them post his results from his test. Like, just because you saying that you on 365 drug testing don't mean that you're actually fucking doing it. Like, we got to be fucking real here. And then you got him saying, I paid out of my pocket $25K for us to start drug testing 4 months out from the fight because Riyadh season was only willing to cover 8 weeks. No shit. Brian Norman Sr. didn't already expose that and said that. But like I said, you wanted extra testing with Brian Norman Jr. You didn't ask for extra testing against Jose Ramirez. You ain't pressing extra testing upon your negotiations with Rolly Romero right now. You negotiate with Rolly Romero and you talking about fucking Ryan signing up for VADA testing right now. That's why that shit looks sketchy on y'all end, man. And especially, if you're working with Victor Conte, even though, RIP to Victor Conte, he's gone and all of that. You know what I mean? You got association with that guy. Like, everybody's going to have, strong feelings about, how you move with him. Especially when we got Bill Haney saying that he the one that did an interview talking about, we got with Victor Conte so we can know the time or when, people's testing and shit like that. He the one who said that in the interview. I didn't say that shit. Then you got Devin Haney saying, Brian Norman Sr. just mad he got fired and his son ducked. His son don't fuck with him no more. Then he said, I've been screaming drug testing so much, motherfuckers thought I had something to do with the company. Hey, your association with, who you work with is, works with, is through that company, sir. Then, Brian Norman Jr., he made a tweet. He said, if it's not Brian Norman Jr. talking it, then it doesn't pertain to my career, which he was basically, just saying, as far as, his pops. Whatever he said ain't got nothing to do with him. And, Devin Haney, retweeted it and said 100. Now, I got this video. I got to play this too with these guys. I got to play this. It's crazy. That shit just popped up while we was on the show. Let me play this. All right, let me share this. Grizzy. Bill and Brian go back and forth from Mill City.
Grip, you dig?
Sound good. Sound good. What's going on with you?
Man, I was just saying hi. Well, Mill City, he brought your name up. So I said, well, shit, give you a call. I'm not going to do no talking behind your back or doing none of that. So you always welcome for us to cook. Plus, when me and you get on, the ratings go up.
I ain't got nothing to talk about. All I do is sit on the side and give advice. You feel me?
Hey, listen, man, I want you back in the game.
Look, just like you said before, look. All I do is I fix bikes and shit, man.
Hey, listen. We need you back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it was a hell of a fight, a hell of a run, and as much as I'd like to say, I kind of miss talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
I miss it to a degree too. You feel what I'm saying?
What's up with the friendly shit right here? I'm trying to there's a lot for the man Brian Norman Sr. to talk about Devin Haney microdosing on PEDs off of PEDs. It's crazy for Bill to come in this conversation all nice and shit out the gate right here. That's nasty work right there, dog.
You're right to a degree. To a degree.
I miss it too. It be like that. Sounds good.
Yeah. Now, listen. It wouldn't be fair. Did you call Auntie Schofield up? I mean, damn it, Uncle Schofield. Did you call him up?
I'll do that.
Not you. We was talking about Schofield. Because we all got some good kids, man. This is the top of the game right here, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Doing it right now.
How's Junior and how's the family?
He cool. Everything good. Just chilling, man. Just parlaying. Just relaxing, maxing and relaxing. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, nice performance. And the Mike Tyson invitational question. Was that a sanctioned USA bout?
Yes.
USA boxing bout?
Yes.
So did that boy have 50 fights for real?
Oh, I don't know how many fights he's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was. That's what I'm saying. That didn't. Okay, yeah, because you can't do that.
But of course, Mick, I don't. To me, I just got back in on the amateur set, and if that would be something new to me, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, you can't do that.
My guy got 4. That was his 4th fight.
Right, you got to have at least 5 to go open.
We are
salute the Mills right here, man.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Take the next step in treating your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis with Entyvio.
Yeah, so that was good. That was good redemption. and you guys had some messages afterwards as well. Talked about, after and your son as well, saying that, we got this, we beat him in the redemption match, and now it's my turn. I mean, what's your reaction to the win?
Well, I mean, we want everything that comes with.
Let me get to the
On,
good
a couple
shit,
days
man.
ago.
Bring him on. Where's he at? We don't even call him. Call him up.
Let me give him a call. Let me see if he responds. But yeah, he said something about he signed for July for the rematch.
Man, he got the same. Listen, if he's talking about signed, he was signed up before he lost to Rolly Romero. But I don't know nothing about no signed up for no July.
Okay, and you mentioned something about in your page September 5th.
Yes.
Is that so? That's what the schedule. When I asked him about it, he had really no knowledge of it.
He doesn't have. Well, now he does, doesn't he? Let's get it on in September. September 5th is a great date to make it happen.
Okay, because he said you guys signed for July.
Signed with who?
Signed for the rematch for July.
Signed with who? Signed with who?
I don't know. Whoever you guys signed for. So what is it? Is it Ring Magazine? The Turkey?
I haven't talked to anybody from Ring Magazine. I haven't talked to anyone about that from Ring Magazine or anyone.
Okay.
Hey, Big,
Stop the presses. Stop the presses. So, oh my God. So I get it now. So when y'all remember the other day with the whole September 5th and the Allegiant Stadium rumor about Ryan and Devin, which I said that shit was cat. And it's definitely proven. That shit was never locked in. You know what I mean? Never locked in. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they just threw that date out there, that September 5th date. Bill Haney and them plans is to fight Rolly and then fight Ryan in September, clearly from what he's saying. So they want to fight Ryan in September. It was nothing set in stone because Bill just let y'all know right there where they haven't talked to anybody about the fight. So they haven't had any conversation with anybody about the Ryan fight, about anything. They haven't talked to Ryan's team. They ain't talked to Golden Boy. They ain't talked to Turkey, Ring Magazine, nobody. Right there. Got it. And salute to my boy B3, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my brother B3, man. For sure, man. Salute, brother. Malaza, what's good, bro?
Quick way to the Ring Magazine title too. If you do Rolly, I'm not Rolly. If you do Devin and you do Ryan, and then that's the rematch, that's the Ring Magazine, that's the lineal championship right there.
Yeah. September is a great date. Ain't that like Mexican
hold on.
holiday or something, right?
Yep.
Stop the presses. Run that
If you
back.
do Rolly, I'm not Rolly. If you do Devin and you do Ryan, and then that's the rematch, that's the Ring Magazine, that's the lineal championship right there.
Yeah. September is a great date. Ain't that like
whoa! Nah, he just whoa! Stop the fucking presses! Stop the presses! Hold on! Y'all just heard Brian Norman Sr. He said y'all do Devin and Ryan right now. That's gonna be a lineal, championship. Y'all know what I mean, unification fight right there. And that boy Bill paused. That he like, Ryan. Ryan in September. That's a great date. What the fuck? Hold on, run it back, bro. Run that back, bro. Run that back. That's why I said all you gotta do is just listen to these niggas, bro.
I haven't talked to anyone about that from Ring Magazine or anyone.
Okay.
Hey, Big, that's a quick way to the Ring Magazine title too. If you do Rolly, I'm not Rolly. If you do Devin and you do Ryan, and then that's the rematch, that's the Ring Magazine, that's the lineal championship right there.
Facts.
Yeah. September is a great date. Ain't that like Mexican holiday or something, right?
Yep. It is.
It's a great day to have a
Mexican Independence.
Yeah, Mexican Independence Day.
So that boy, he literally just dunked Brian Norman Sr. telling him to fight Ryan right now, where that it'll be a Ring magazine, lineal 147 unification fight right there. He dug that shit so bad just now, dog, in 4K right there, dog. This is crazy. Oh, man, that's nasty work right there. That's some nasty work right there, dog. Nasty work.
What he prefers, United States Independence Day.
Then on top of that, we do know Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is fighting September 19th. They're fighting in September. Why would y'all want to have a rematch in that month of them fighting? That's a question I'm just thinking in 4K a little bit about. Like, why would y'all do that? You know what I mean? In particular, right there.
Is that what he prefers?
Huh? Now, Rolly states in his latest interview saying that you guys haven't signed for what's the holdup?
No, didn't Rolly say he signed already?
Yeah.
And so let me finish. So when the fighters agree to a fight, after the fighters agree to the fight or sign to the fight, then it comes for the promoters to do the necessary work with the logistics. And I think Rolly doesn't understand that part, That's why Rolly made an announcement for New York, and it wasn't New York, right?
Hold on. Let's stop there, though. Let's stop the presses. Devin himself in recent interviews said that, the fight with Rolly, that PBC, they gave him a very good offer, and that they're still negotiating. So he's talking about the logistics. The numbers look good to me. It sound good to me from what Devin said. So what's the difference with Bill right here? Like, what's the difference? Like, Bill, like, is he really a manager of the year type of guy? Like, I don't know what his business sound a little bit fucked up to me right here, bro. And salute to my brother Trey Skills with the 199 in the super chat. He said, "Call me crazy, but is Bill planning a duck early, bruh? You seeing it in 4K? You seeing it in 4K right here, bro? Like, real shit."
Yeah. You guys have it Allegiant Stadium?
Oh no, this fight with Rolly is not an Allegiant Stadium fight.
Is that that's
MGM,
the Ryan Garcia fight?
MGM.
And then him talking about Rolly saying that the fight was going to be in New York and now it's going to be in Vegas. Venues change all the time. But like I just said, Devin said the numbers was good. You saying that you still working on the logistics behind the scenes on the fight as far as the business with Rolly. Rolly said he signed his part. He waiting on y'all to sign y'all part. What's holding y'all up from signing y'all part if Devin said the money is good? Like, I'm trying to understand that. What's holding y'all up from signing y'all part with Rolly right now?
MGM Grand.
But the Ryan Garcia fight.
Except I say September 5th in Allegiant Stadium, right? But Ryan Garcia would have to agree that it's a great fight to be in Allegiant Stadium on September the 5th as well.
Didn't this man Bill Haney in this same video right here with Mill City, didn't he say that he hasn't talked to nobody about the Ryan Garcia fight? As he hasn't talked to Ryan's team, he ain't talked to Turkey, he ain't talked to Golden Boy, he hasn't talked to anybody about this fight. So Bill Haney was the one who put in that story, talk about September 5th, Allegiant Stadium, but it's no business behind that at all. There's no business behind them fighting on Allegiant Stadium. And I said that, I'm like, that shit cap. Because I'm like, why the fuck would Devin and Ryan fight at Allegiant Stadium? Like, what sense did that make? It didn't make no entire sense to me at all of them fighting at Allegiant Stadium. Like that fight ain't that big for them to fight in an NFL stadium, bro. Like we got to be real. That fight is not that colossal. Like that fight need to be in a T-Mobile Arena. I'm cool. Y'all want to have it in Vegas? Have it in T-Mobile Arena. Perfect. Y'all want to have it at the MGM? Perfect. Those are two perfect spots for them to fight. Or they want to fight in California, fight at the fight at the fucking Lakers the spot, you know what I mean, where they play at their arena. You can fight there in California and LA. This fight the rematch does need to be on the West Coast because both of them guys, Ryan and Devin, is West Coast guys. So they do need to have this rematch on the West Coast. But Allegiant Stadium, that's cat, bro. That fight ain't that fucking big. Like I would say Floyd and fucking Manny fighting at Allegiant Stadium before them. They fighting in the spear. You know what I mean? And I'm not even fucking saying that Devin and Ryan should fight in the spear. I think T-Mobile and MGM is perfect for them. But Bill over here talking about the business and stuff, bro, you was capping the whole time, bro. You ain't talked to nobody. You over here pushing this Allegiant Stadium shit when you ain't talked to nobody on the business as far as Ryan Garcia. And even on top of that, you ain't even got the business done with fucking Rolly. And you talk about washing and beating up Rolly and shit. Like, these dudes is all over the fucking place, bro. Like, real shit.
Well,
okay.
We just put a date to the rematch that everybody is talking about. We said, okay, that's great. Let's do it.
Which is cool. Y'all putting a date to it, that's cool. But don't be pushing on Legion Stadium. That shit cat, bro. Like, no, that fight is not that colossal. Yes, it's one of the biggest fights in boxing that we want, but that fight ain't that colossal to be at Allegiant Stadium, bro. Dead ass.
Let's do it September the 5th. We're going to take care of Rolly Romero in May, right? And let's make it happen.
What's your reaction on De La Hoya's response about possible you guys fighting Rolly Romero? He stated two different things.
I know he stated two different things, though. Is not Oscar De La Hoya full of shit? Is he the most full of shit promoter in all of boxing? I mean, he has fighters. He has his own fighters that's complaining about him, right?
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz.
He couldn't make the fight with Virgil Ortiz, and the fight that he did with us that we let him do, right? I mean, he fucked it all up, man.
No, you fucked it up. You didn't have your business together on Ryan and Devin fight. You the one that accepted the money for the extra 3 pounds that Ryan put on going into that fight. You the one that didn't put Ryan on a rehydration clause going into that fight with Ryan Garcia. You the one that accepted, a flat fee of money and expected that y'all was gonna do crazy with, the bread on the back end. Y'all did that. You fucked your business up, Bill. Like, it's no accountability whatsoever from these guys, bro. Like, and that's the biggest problem with them going into a rematch with Ryan Garcia. Like, they believing that they shit don't stink. And that's an issue. Like, that is an issue right there. A big issue right there. And look, he said, but it was a disaster, bro. Bill was literally out there comping out tickets the day of the fight of him and Ryan out there on the Brooklyn streets, bro. Like, literally comping out tickets, giving people free tickets for the fight, bro. Like, and we covered that fight exclusively where we looking at the ticket sales. The ticket sales didn't do great. It wasn't doing great going into that fight. You know what I'm saying? Devin thought that fighting Ryan Garcia, he was going to be able to have leverage and gain leverage. Like, oh, Tank beat Ryan Garcia. He made him quit. I beat Ryan in great fashion. I'm able to build leverage into negotiations in the fight with Tank Davis. And that was a cherry pick gone wrong for him. Because they thought Ryan was sweet. They thought Ryan, all of the little, crazy spazzed out, tactics and all the shit that, Ryan was doing, They didn't think that shit through or none of that shit. Like Ryan was smoking weed and drinking tequila and all of that shit. That's how serious he took fucking Devin. You know what I mean? And he still got out on him. But this shit is nasty work, bro. It's real out nasty work in 4K. Y'all seeing it right here. How they moving. They moving weird, bro. They been moving weird. And it's clear and you see it in 4K, they moving weird as shit right here.
He fucked it all up.
No accountability whatsoever.
Okay.
And then listen, and then he came back after that and said that how many times he's been flipping back and forth. 1 minute he wants to fight, 1 minute he doesn't want to fight, right? 1 minute he wants it, 1 minute he doesn't want it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of hard to it's conflicting with Oscar De La Hoya.
Ladies and gentlemen, another thing I don't like either. Why he keep talking about Oscar as far as him not wanting to fight and then what? Y'all been on the same shit. Y'all didn't want to fight 2 months ago after y'all beat Brian Norman Jr. Y'all was calling for fucking Rolly Romero. Y'all wasn't calling for the rematch with Ryan Garcia. Y'all wasn't saying if Ryan beat Barrios, we want Ryan. Y'all wasn't going for that. Y'all kept talking about how bad Ryan lost the fucking Rolly. And y'all was claiming Rolly win like that was y'all win damn near. No, that wasn't y'all win. Y'all still got to get y'all fucking leg back. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, y'all didn't want to fight in recent time. Y'all just started wanting to fight because the people started clamoring for it and start asking for it literally after Ryan beat Barrios. We was already saying even before the fight, if Ryan beat Barrios, there's no reason why we shouldn't see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia in the ring in 2026. We were saying that before Ryan fought Barrios. And we seen a lot of the Haney's fans like, oh, we'll see what he'll do. We'll see if he beat Barrios. You know what I mean? If he lose the Barrios, the fight ain't never happened. Devin don't got to rematch Ryan if he lose the Barrios. Well, he beat him. Shit, you seen motherfucking Devin, he had tweets out there saying that the ship has sailed. Talk about Ryan, he don't want to go on to Vada testing out here. That's the conversation. That's the energy they got coming from over there. Like, are you shitting me? Like, y'all read the room, bro. I continue to say that shit. Read the fucking room, man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he stated that he would like to rob Robin between you three. That was one thing that he said. And then he also said that no tune-ups. You guys should come and straight up fight. I think Devin put up and said after Rolly. I mean, yeah, obviously two different facts that he's speaking about, but what's your thoughts on it?
Well, when he had a chance to make it happen, and when Ryan had a chance to make it happen pre Rolly Romero discussions, Ryan said everything but the right thing. He said, shut up. I'm the A side. You're going to take this. You're going to do what I tell you to do, all this other shit. And I'll tell you, A side, sometimes more than often, A side is a side that doesn't want to fight.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
It's so funny. I'm hearing him talk about this A side, talk about a side that don't want to fight. Bill, you the same guy that admitted and told us before you fought Ryan that Ryan was the A side in the first fight. Bill, you and Devin Haney, y'all the same guys that went through a purse bid with Sandor Martin, where Top Rank was the only promotional company that bidded for that fight. Devin has fought on two of Ryan's undercards. Two undercards. One of them being Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero last year. He was even the co-main event with Brian Norman Jr. under David Benavidez and Anthony Yardy last year. If Turkey's the one putting on the fight, no, of course we done seen Ryan get promoted heavily by Ring Magazine and by Turkey Al-Sheikh. Ryan has a good relationship with Turkey. I would say probably better than Devin, obviously, because he put Ryan as the main event along with Rolly, with Devin fighting Jose Ramirez on the undercard. Like the A side and the B side in boxing always exists. Championships, titles don't measure if you the A side. It's your value. It's the business. It's what you bring to the table, value-wise, numbers-wise, logistics, as Bill Haney wants to say. That's what it measures. It doesn't measure if you on a pound-for-pound list or if you got 2 or 3 titles in the division. Now, yeah, having titles definitely can play a factor in some negotiations. You know what I mean? But as far as the negotiation with Ryan Garcia and Devin, which hasn't took place yet, not one bit from what Bill Haney has said on this certain video right here, y'all got to realize y'all position and make the fucking fight happen. Y'all know y'all the B side. Y'all the B side with Rolly. Rolly the one that's sending y'all the contract and sending y'all the offer. So if y'all the B side to Rolly, why would y'all not be the B side to Ryan? Let's make this make sense. Like let's make this make sense here. Like, let's talk. Like, if Rolly's the A side over Devin in their fight, why would Ryan not be the A side to Devin in their rematch? Nose Candy Bill, man. Like, Nose Candy Bill, he would never come to my platform, bro. Like, he would never come to my platform. I know it. And he's been in the comments. He probably watching right now, probably. He be watching me. He'd have been in the comments on the show. Like, he would never come to my show. Like, we would get deep fried. I would deep fry the fuck out of Bill.
Obviously, the A and B side really don't work with Turkey, but why do you think he mentioned that and his dad about the A side?
I don't know. You don't know that? I don't know. You negotiate that. A lot of the stuff with us and Norman was negotiated, went back and forth. One is on the flyer first, one come out first. You know what I mean? It was a lot of different stuff, perks that went different ways in the fight.
Okay. And
I mean, you was the A side over B Norman, and you wasn't even the champion. Just to add a little context.
When you guys state, even Devin, he said something about when do we start? Let's start on a date and the VADA testing now. I mean, when you talk about the additional testing, what
not additional testing, just testing. Just testing. Shout out to listen. Shout out to once again, I said with Brian Norman. We did senior. When did we start testing? How many months was it before the fight?
4 months, like 16 weeks.
Like 16 weeks, And my only thing that I said was with that is that once you announce the fight, then we start preparing for that fighter. That's when we should go into VADA.
Okay. So, now that we're here, is this the first time you guys talked to each other since the fight?
We talked to each other backstage. Yeah.
Probably so. Probably the first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see that, now we're grown men, we could be able to have these conversations after the fight. I mean, obviously, Senior, you spoke a little bit about, this fight with Ryan Garcia. You believe that it wasn't going to happen. I mean, talk to Bill why you feel like it's not going to happen.
Jungle Gyms has
Hey, I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen because it's gonna get stalled out. I mean, it should happen next. But David Haney known for making the big fights happen. He known for taking all the chances or whatever else. Shit, that's what we want to see. We ain't asking to see Rolly fight. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing.
I want to see Norman get back in and
You see how he deflect right there, bro? Y'all just seen how he just deflected right there from Brian Norman again? He literally just deflected again. He tell him, we want to see the Devin and Ryan fight right now. Like, y'all make the biggest and best fight. He Debo Devs, allegedly. Shit, we want to see the motherfucking fight with Devin and Ryan. Then he goes, oh, we want to see Norman. We want to see Norman in the ring. Why they always deflect like that? And that shit translates to their fan base, bro. The talking points, the deflection. Like, even in debates, bro, you see how they move. Like Boxing Hacker and Flyer, how they be moving. You know, we ask them a question and they deflect from it and talk about something else and shit. No, we're not doing that. Stay on topic. Answer the question, motherfucker.
I want to see him back on there. Why don't he fight
back in there too?
Yeah, why don't he fight him? He should fight him.
I would like to see that fight too. You gotta remember, I'm just a fan. Hey, you gotta remember, I'm at the house. I'm just a fan.
Yeah.
You gotta remember.
Scary as hell. Scary, bro. Scary as hell. Hold on, we running that back. We gonna run that back real quick.
That's what we want to see. We ain't ask.
Hold on, let me read my boy. I see my boy Blaze. He said Bill and Devin understand the A side very well. They were the A side against Regis for his title at 140. Facts plus tax. There, BK said Pinocchio stay lying. Facts plus tax. My boy Blaze said, I still don't understand why Brian Norman didn't negotiate a rematch clause in the contract when he fought Devin. That's a good question, right? And that's a good statement right there. Me personally, I don't understand why champion. I done seen that in some recent fights too, where we done seen the champion fight a guy and then they don't have no rematch clause. You know what I mean? Like even with Canelo didn't have no rematch clause with Bud Crawford, which was stupid on his behalf. That's let you know Canelo thought he was just gonna smoke Bud for real probably. But no, you see that in some of these fights where some of these guys don't have rematch clause, with them being champions, and I think that's a stupid idea. Like you should, I think if you defending your strap, you should have a rematch clause automatic on your strap. You know what I mean? Like whether you got your ass whooped badly or not, you feel me? But run this back, though. Run this back. I'll hear this again.
I mean, it should happen next. David Haney known for making the big fights happen. He known for taking all the chances or whatever else. Shit, that's what we want to see. We ain't asking to see Rolly fight. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing.
I want to see Norman get back in and
I want to see
him back on there. Why don't he fight
back in there too?
Yeah, why don't he fight him? He should fight him.
I would like to see that fight too. You gotta remember, I'm just a fan. Hey, you gotta remember, I'm at the house. I'm just a fan.
Yeah.
You gotta remember.
Hey, but in all seriousness, I just like at the end when we made the fight happen and we were gentlemen about it, and behind the scenes with AC and you know what I mean, your whole team and our team with making the fight happen. We had a lot of, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of bad blood, but the bad blood didn't spill over into the negotiations. Do you not agree with that, Senior?
That was smooth. That was shit. That was the quickest. That was about the quickest damn negotiation you have ever seen.
right. And that's what I said is. That's because two guys wanted to fight. Two guys proved want to fight, and more importantly, two guys proved that they were going to fight on a fair playing field. You knew what our concern was. You guys stepped up and you guys obliged our concern based on our past, not on your past. There was no reflection on your past because you never used no drugs, you never used no PEDs, never. But because of our past with this PED cheat guy, we said what our concerns was. You obliged to our concerns, and it happened just like that.
At the end of the day, the lowest score wins.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy, that conversation right there, that the man Bill Haney didn't even address Brian Norman Sr. about him talking about his son microdosing, but in between fights. It was a whole friendly ass conversation right there. Let me see something real quick. Hold on, let me see something. Mellow. Yup. Yeah, yeah, Blaze. It was no rematch clause on the Canelo and Bud fight. Yeah, most definitely. Which was surprising to me for Canelo, like him being a business savvy guy. You would have thought that Canelo would have had a rematch clause on Bud Crawford, but he didn't have no rematch clause on Bud Crawford. Yeah, bro. That nasty work, bro. Y'all, I see the fugaziness of Mr. Nose Candy Bill, man. Nasty work for them guys, bro. Nasty work, bro. And that's why I'm saying you got Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Sr. He expressing as a fan, like, hey, the whole world want to see you and Ryan get it cracking right now. That boy Bill Haney then deflected and went on to what Brian Norman Jr. gonna do next. And then he talked about the business and everything. But in that same interview right there, you wasn't even you the same guy that said that we haven't talked to Ryan's team or Turkey or anything about the Ryan fight. That's why I be saying all of these guys, they just be chatting up there, dog. He the one that pushed out the September date. I like the date, that's cool, but I'm a little weary of it with that being the month that Floyd and Manny fighting, like how much traction that rematch is going to get. I think Floyd and Manny will take away some of that luster of that rematch, me personally, if they was to fight, the rematch in September. But like I said, fuck that Rolly fight, bro. Y'all could be fighting now. If Devin Haney, if he a real true dog like that, he should be going after fucking Ryan Garcia. If he's really y'all so-called Debo Dev, he should be going after Ryan Garcia. He shouldn't be going after no damn Rolly Romero right now. He should be going to get that leg back, man, and even improving more. I love, this is one of my favorite clips to show right here. This is the reason. This is a big reason why he should be. I'm gonna show you the reason why he should be getting at this man.
When my hand heals, I'll be looking for that opportunity for sure. And Devin, he don't want that. He's terrified. He has PTSD. I just want to beat Devin Haney's ass bad.
Look, you're one of the best finishers in boxing. Like, I know you didn't finish Devin Haney, but you had him drown.
Ref saved him. I should have knocked him. I just didn't have the conditioning.
I think it still bothers you, huh?
Yes. Because I should have knocked him out in that 11th, man. I was playing around too much. Yeah. And I was like, ha, ha. Like, bro. Man. But next time, that next time, buddy, you won't have a next time. I'm finishing you. You will never box again if we fight again, and you know that. And I bow to that. If we fight again, you will never box again. I promise you that.
But look, Oscar Duarte.
Man, bro, these boys is cooked out here, dog. They is cooked. These boys are showing they are nervous and scared as hell of this boy Ryan Garcia in 4K, man. They cooked.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
These boys is cooked out here, dog. They are absolutely Cook out here. Like you got Ryan Garcia running around here saying that this man vowing to retire Devin Haney. Like he said, no more talk. That either we fight after you fight Rollins or just keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? He said shit like this. No, when I fight Haney again, he would never touch the ring after that. That's a promise. Like, why is you not going to fight this man, bro? Like, there's no way. Bro, that's like a man see me in the street, bro. I fight a dude. He beat my ass. That dude talking greasy in the streets and stuff. Like, man, I beat Cam ass and shit, man. He don't want no smoke for again, man. I beat his ass if we fight again. I definitely motherfucking put him in a hospital, all that one type shit, you feel me? And I don't go and get that lick back. This man talking greasy around all of the streets of Cincinnati that he done beat my ass. And saying that I don't want no smoke and that I won't fight him again. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, well, you gotta do this in order for us to fight. I need this from you if we fight. That's like me doing that. That's what the Haneys is doing. Rather than this man talking this shit and I'm seeing it, I'm like, hey man, fuck that. Man, we can drop the locations. Hey, we can meet at 4:30 and hit, bro. We can get it cracking. And run that shit back like a real one should. That's the problem right there that we have it. That's why I said, where's the killer in the Haneys right there, bro? Where's the killer in them? I don't see no killer in them right now. I don't see. That's why you'll never hear me call him Debo Dead. I never call him Debo Dead due to the fact that he ain't moving like Debo did. Debo was going after real smoke. He was going out the real smoke. He intimidated motherfuckers. He was killing shit. He wasn't knocking down a person in one round and then jab, grab, and move the rest of the fight. He was going out there to finish a motherfucker. He was going to fight some of the toughest guys. And in recent time, Devin don't move like he Debo Dead to me. That's why I call him Shebo Dead. You know what I mean? And that's just the fact of the matter, bro. Like them boys they scared of this fight. They scared of this fight. You see my boy No More Sleepwalker said 40 mil bill is full of shit. Facts plus tag. Then my boy on the money line said what? So what Bill is saying, the Norman Senior is saying that he don't want that Ryan fight. Absolutely. He don't want the fight right now. They going after Rolly. Then my boy A Sauce that said Bill is full of shit, just like all the dudes that get on these panels defending Bill and Devin's fraudulent ways, crying about PDs and VADA when dude is a snack fighter and has assets scheduling. Bro, you couldn't have said it any better. Like that's the fact of the matter. Like, you can't sit there. We got Bill on record in interviews talking about they hired Victor Conte to figure out the timing and the schedule of a test. And you can't, and you think that we don't have the right to be suspicious of how y'all moving? Come on. Make this make sense. Like, that's real shit. Then my boy No More Sleepwalker said he always talk shit like that. He never a straight shooter. Never a straight shooter. Running away from the topic at hand. And that shit translates to the fan base. And these debates on the panels and shit, bro. We'll be talking about Devin and shit. Then these boys deflect, oh, what about Tank? What about this dude? What about that dude? Like, no, stop that shit. Stay on topic and stay getting your ass kicked. Then my boy A. Sausage said, Bill is showing all of us normal people that they are terrified of Ryan. Only illogical minds believe that shit coming out of Bill's mouth. It'll be 2 years since Devin got his ass beat. Why he waiting? Absolutely. And we did a 1 year anniversary show last year, and we will be doing another one. You know what I'm saying? The 2 year anniversary show is definitely coming up soon. You know what I'm saying? In a month, about 23 days from there. You know what I mean? And my boy B King said they running from early retirement, bro. Bro, they scared, bro. You see my brother Tay, he said they scared, man. Them boys, I've been telling y'all for weeks that they are nervous about this daggone Ryan Garcia fight, bro. And that's why they pushing for Rolly. That's why they pushing for Rolly. They nervous about that fight. And that's why they talk about all the extra testing. And like I said, they only pulled that bullshit on Brian Norman Jr. They didn't pull that shit on Jose Ramirez. Like, keep the energy around the board. Y'all ain't pushing extra testing on fucking Rolly Ramirez in y'all negotiations right now publicly. So, like, keep the same energy for everybody. That's my whole thing with that shit. Is y'all gonna say one person gonna need to be doing all this extra test 12 to 16 weeks? No, that need to be across the board among everybody, not just one motherfucker, bro. Yeah, we know Ryan, yeah, he tested dirty with the whole Osterman and shit, but like I mentioned, that Osterman wasn't the reason why he got his ass whooped, and that's why I said there's so many unanswered questions with this fight. We need this fight. You know what I mean? My boy Tay said, he said Ryan should have got jumped in public, but they all act cool with him, bro. You seen it, bro. Even with, hold on. You seen that bullshit. You seen that there, and this is the actual post from Devin Haney Promotions that Bill posted himself talking about September 5th, Allegiant Stadium, which I told everybody all cat. But this that same picture right here where, you know, they done dapped each other up, talk about, you know, you remember you taught me how to play Baccarat and shit like that, play games and shit, you know what I'm saying, Baccarat and shit, you know what I mean? Like, they was friendly as hell. That's what let me know, like, all of this testing and Austrian talking shit, once you dapped this man up and faced off with him and was cool with him in that clip, like, that shit told me, I'm like, why should I care about y'all talking about Austrian right there when you didn't dap this man up? If you really got a lot of ill will towards a person, you ain't dapping no motherfucker up. If I don't fuck with, you know, a person, if I don't fuck with, you know, another dude, well, I'm not dapping him up when I see him and I don't fuck with him. I'm not, like, that's like me. That's like another content creator that I don't fuck with. And that motherfucker been talking shit about me. He did some little bullshit behind the scenes to me, and then, you know, I'm still going over to their channel and supporting their channel in the comments, throwing super chats and kicking it with them and shit and being cool. Like, no, that shit, dog, that's some corny shit. That's some sucker ass shit. Like, when I seen this clip of them right here, when they dapped each other up and faced off, all the Austrian and PD talk was done for me. Because if I don't fuck with a motherfucker, I'm not fucking with him. You know what I mean? And that's the problem right there. That's the problem. Yeah, my boy Ace Austin said they wouldn't dare jump Ryan. They damn sure would. On the money line said Ryan was them dudes around the corner. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. Yeah, my boy, like I said, I think Rolly gonna be a harder challenge than they are thinking. Once he feels Rolly power, he gonna be fighting like he fought Ramirez. But that's the thing. They blowing past Rolly, talking like, oh, Rolly, we gonna beat Rolly ass. They thinking Rolly sweet. They've been thinking Rolly sweet for years since Tank fought him. They said before Tank fought Rolly, they were saying Rolly was trash, only to diminish the win for Tank if Tank was to beat Rolly before the fight even happened. No, that's how they move. They like just like the same way around when Tank fought Hector Garcia. Fucking Devin drops the Hector Garcia sparring footage around that time. You know what I mean? Trying to discredit the win for Tank Davis if he beats Hector Garcia, bro. They suckers, bro. They move like that. They been moving like suckers like that, bro. That is. My boy Tay said they shake hands with him every time they seen him. Should have been ran that play on Buddy. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like, they got to read the room in this shit, bro. That boy Ace Austin said Bill really out here pump faking, getting his zesty followers to pin the duck narrative on that dude that already destroyed his bitch ass, bro. That's the most. See, that's the thing that pisses me off about though. is the fact that how they go on these social platforms and try to, paint the narrative. And I've been told y'all, Bill don't control the narrative no more. He can't even control the narrative through, his Haney channels that he fucked with, for real. Like, a lot of people is seeing through the bullshit of the Haneys. Like, this shit ain't hard to see through. Like, it's not you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see through nose candy Bill bullshit. Like, and that's what pisses me off. They trying to push the Vada situation, like, oh, Vada don't Brian doesn't want to do Vada testing. That's the reason why he don't want the fight. He ducking the rematch. You see, fucking frequent Flyer was pushing that shit on his channel, talking about, oh, he don't want to sign up for testing and stuff. Oh, he don't want the rematch. He ducking. Oh, he trying to fight Shakur Stevenson. Oh, he ducking and shit. Bro, Ryan's been saying the whole entire time they want the rematch, bro. Why would Ryan be scared to fight Devin Haney after he fucking destroyed him? Like, make this make sense. Like, why would he be scared of him? Like, why would I be scared of a dude that I whooped his ass in the streets? Like, some of this shit, we gotta be more logical with some of this shit, man. That's my problem with that Haney fan base. And that's why I always say the Haney fan base is the worst fan base in boxing. They the worst fan base in boxing. Like, literally the worst fan base of boxing. And that boy Ryan Garcia he's still smoking Haney pack out here. Still smoking big Haney pack. You already know, man. Hold on. Hold on. He should have scripted.
They didn't think that I would win, but I won. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. I got in there and got the job. Got that Haney in my lungs. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. I got in there and got the job done. I'm the best in the world, number one. Got that Haney pack going in my lungs. Really gave that boy some beats, he my son. He was asleep on the ground, he did not respond. Called an ambulance, Bill Haney, run. Oh my God, why he laying on the canvas? Somebody get that boy some milk and a sandwich. Caught him me in the middle, he was dancing. Left hook, right hook, zero chance. Really did it for the kids, not myself. WC, please, someone take his belt. I really hit him with the left and he fell. The whole world was watching you take a L. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. I got in there and got the job done. I'm the best in the world, number one. Got that Haney pack going in my lungs. Really gave that boy some peace, he my son. He was asleep on the ground, he did not respond. Called an ambulance, Bill Haney, run. I'm really
Hey, bro, that boy Ryan playing that boy cock out here, bro. That boy playing up cock out here, dog. Hey, nasty word, bro. And before we get out of here, I just seen this. I can go ahead and confirm this, which I mentioned earlier in the show right here. Armando Resendez versus Jamar Charlo is locked in for May 2nd. So that is confirmed, which we talked about earlier on the show. So we are going to be getting Jamar Charlo fighting for that WBA strap at 168, man. So definitely, man, we definitely intrigued by that for sure, man. For sure. And definitely. Before we, I want to get into this real quick too. All right, do this right here. There you go. All right, so of course, no, y'all watching, pay attention. Salute to my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Subscribe to his channel. He the one who first reported this yesterday with Tank. Far as no Tank, he's approaching the PBC executives about fighting Lamont Roach next instead of Pitbull Cruz, and they targeting Juneteenth for as Tank Davis return, which is ain't nothing concrete with this 100%. Of course, everything got to come out for as PBC, for as them announcing it, Tank announcing it, for as Tank's next move. Of course, Tank still got the legal situation going on, so we staying close to the situation at hand. For us, the legal situation, and see if that ends up clearing out, possibly. But it looks like things is on the up and up. With Tank, becoming in the discussion for us is return with either Pitbull Cruz. But of course, we mentioned Lamont Roach. He has that fight, locked in with Zepeda. Was that fight with Zepeda was rumored to be on the undercard for Tank Davis and Pitbull Cruz. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see, add a little context that they did. You see right there at the bottom of it. They were saying that Devin and Rolly was rumored to be on the undercard possibly too, which was reported from Knockout 2 yesterday on his video. And Devin, he come out and say false. Of course, he said that it was false. And then Lamont Roach, he came out and said, niggas say anything, LOL. My thing is, Lamont Roach and was Senior, and I want to add this context too. Where Lamont Roach Senior on Mill City, he was talking about Tank and Pitbull ducking them in the rematch and everything. When I mentioned to y'all earlier with Lamont Roach is the one, him and Zepeda locked the fight in behind the scenes, and they went to the WBC and approached the WBC about locking in for that vacant WBC title that Shakur used to have. You know what I mean? That's one thing that Lamont Roach Sr. didn't add context in that interview that he did with Mill City. And that was what was done. You know what I mean? So Lamont Roach is the one that pushed for Williams Zepeda. He wasn't pushing the fight Tank, on his comeback fight. That's just the truth of the matter right here in recent timing. And we already know that Tank was signed on to fight Lamont Roach in that rematch before, the legal action situation happened with his baby mama last year. You know what I mean? And the timing of it, once that situation got dismissed, and the timing of him to fight Lamont Roach, he wasn't going to be able to get that big bag to fight Jake Paul. You know what I mean? Because that fight was coming up in November, and they was talking about having Tank fight Lamont Roach, end of August at that time, and then they looked at a date in October. They like, oh, Tank ain't gonna be able to fight Lamont Roach in October and then fight Jake Paul in November. That wasn't going to work like that. So that's what happened in that situation, why the rematch didn't happen 100%. And then obviously, Lamont Roach moved on and fought Pitbull and had a draw with Pitbull. You know what I mean? So all of this whole, bullshit far as, Lamont Roach pushing, that people's ducking, nobody ain't scared of you, dude. You know what I'm saying? We didn't suppose you capping out here and contradicting yourself all the time, bro. You was the one on record saying that, y'all was locked in to fight in August last year. You know what I'm saying? Osaki Foster, same guy that was confirming that as well. You know what I'm saying? And, interviews that he did. You know what I mean? So all of the duck talk, nobody ain't ducking you, Lamont, man. You the same motherfucker that's out here about to fight William motherfuckers to pay the dog. So you can miss me with the bullshit right there. And all I want is Tank to clear up this legal situation, dog. Get this legal situation cleared up. Then you can get back active, man, and stay locked in. And go ahead and if Pitbull is next, go ahead and knock him off. Then go ahead and get Roach out of the way, and then go for Shakur. You know what I mean? Shakur got to be a part of the plans. Got to be a part of the plans. I've been on record. I would want Tank to fight Lamont Roach right now, and if that. And I believe Tank is behind the scenes pushing like, yo, I want Roach now. You know what I'm saying? And if that is the case, and if PBC saying like, fuck it, we gonna hit up Lamont Roach and lock them in. Hey, Lamont Roach, fuck Williams and Pater. You better go for that rematch. I don't want to hear no bullshit talking about, oh, well, me and Williams and Pater locked in. We fighting for the WBC title. I don't want to hear no bullshit. If this true that Tank is behind the scenes pushing to fight you next, and PBC reach out to you, and you don't holler back at them, and go for that fight before Williams and Pater, I'm going to be on your motherfucking helmet. And that's on the Lord. I'm going to be on your helmet for sure. You know what I mean? I'm going to definitely be on your helmet. Because you ain't going to sit out there and be pushing out this narrative talking about motherfuckers ducking you. And if Tank Davis is pushing to fight you behind the scenes and you ain't fight him, then you want to fight Williams and Pater instead, we going to be on your motherfucking helmet for real. Dead ass. Dead ass, man. And you know, with that being said, man, great show, man. Salute to everybody with the support today, man, for sure, man. This was a fire show. We got a lot of the thoughts. I would have opened the panel up, but I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here because I gotta go handle some business, man. But salute to everybody. Fire show. We got a lot content, a lot of stuff that we got out talking wise today in this show today, man. And I appreciate everybody's support, man. And y'all already know we got some videos on the way. We're going to be putting up some of these videos today, man. So I'm going to be putting in some more work behind the scenes, after the show, of course. And tomorrow, Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Wednesdays. We live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So tap in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be live. Now, I will say this. Don't be surprised. I may give y'all a show in the morning too tomorrow. I may give y'all a show in the morning, depending on what content pop out. So I'll let y'all know. Keep our notifications set. You feel me? And be on alert, man. Watch out for the community posts. I always let everybody know about all the news and anything that I got going when I'm going live on the community post. If y'all follow me on Twitter, follow me on X, man. That CamJNetwork. Follow me on Facebook. Cameron Jordan on there. My full name on there, Cameron Jordan. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, all CamJNetwork, man. So, I'm accessible, man. And y'all got y'all socials, man. Follow me, man. I tap in. I be, talking to people behind the scenes, man, about some boxing and stuff behind the scenes, man. So, follow me on all the socials, man. CamJNetwork, man. And we lit, man. We working. We staying active, man. This is 2 great shows to start the week off. Yesterday with my boy B3. That was a great show that we did yesterday. And this one was another fire show, man. We got a lot of content out here today in this show today. You know what I'm saying? Showing you Bill Haney still, Bill Haney and Devin Haney moving weird and acting nervous and scary towards the Ryan Garcia fight. And them being on some little cautious timing on the fight with Rolly as well. You know what I mean? We talked about Alicia Baumgartner and, Caroline Dubois. You know what I mean? Just talked about Tank and, possible him pushing for Lamont Roach instead of Pitbull Cruz, man. We talked about a lot today, man. So definitely great show, man. See y'all tomorrow. I'll let y'all know if I'm live in the morning. Most likely I might do it live in the morning, but we definitely going to be live at 6 p.m. for Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Wednesdays at 6 p.m. at our regular, our regular day and show timing. You know what I mean? So tap in with us tomorrow, man. Look out for the content, man. And salute to everybody. Much love, peace, and prosperity to everyone. Enjoy y'all Tuesday and be safe out there, man. We out of here.
All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling.
Hold on. And I want to announce something too real quick. Another announcement that just came through. Let me go ahead and announce that before I get out of here. We already talked about Alberto Puello and Dalton Smith with the WBC ordering that fight this past week. The WBC now has got that fight. They got that fight locked in. They're going to be Dalton Smith versus Alberto Puello expected to take place June 6th in England on a Matchroom show, because you know Dalton Smith is a Matchroom fighter. So you got Dalton Smith and Alberto Puello at 140 fighting for Dalton Smith's WBC title June 6th. So news right there I wanted to drop on y'all that I just caught, just leaving out of here, man. But salute to y'all. We out of here. Alberto Puello, Dalton Smith, June 6th. Another breaking news during the show just now. And see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Sorry but not sorry, Boxing Talk Wednesdays.
All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's showtime like Kareem Lakers. I make a masterpiece, scene basic. No Meek Millie, but I'm dream chasing. Took the shortcut like Anita Baker. I want the bright lights that you see in Vegas. I need a big house with like 3 basements. Drop an M on the whip, think I'm speed racing. Don't know if it's the Transformer or the Green Ranger. My nigga Mac got the beat banging. Young nigga selling crack as a teenager. Had fiends playing baseball out here free basing. Had me showing off the rings like a Freemason. My mama gone, but I keep pacing. Trying to keep it all together like I need braces. Family calling when they need favors. When I was broke, they was acting like complete strangers. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Rest in peace, the Neppy was the street savior. Got my credit right now, I need acres. Gotta turn your dirty money into clean paper. Trying to own a franchise without a key player. I go through hoes like I weave laces. Tree blazers, let they mama noodles be flavored. Meat takers that be acting like the D sacred. You bust in, you would think they on their knees praying. Then I slide like a screensaver. When I'm done, make some scrambled eggs, cheese bacon. Then it's on to the next, I ain't a speed dater. Little bitch ain't gon' hear from me till weeks later. I don't see no things changing. Kids still dodging bullets like they seen Matrix. These young niggas really need saving, but OGs won't teach them that the street's dangerous. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it.